So, well, people, very good afternoon to everyone, and welcome to the day two training program of ours. I appreciate everybody. They have joined the meeting room on time, and this is from whole heart. I would like to thank to everyone, and we are going to start with our day two. So, we'll be effectively utilize the window time. As usual, I told you that we'll be taking a break of 15 minutes max, somewhere in between 4 to 4:30, depending upon the flow of the content. And I believe everybody is good to go. My audio is reaching to everyone. Can somebody confirm me, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
We can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right. So, any doubt or queries from our day one topics? Anything you have come across, or you have during the practice, or at least brushing of the things you come across? Any problem you would like to discuss?
No.
Great. Fine then. So we are going to continue from the same file what we have left with. So kindly go to our sample case studies folder. The file name is corporate case studies. Please open that. And to remind you, we have discussed up to our that date calculation sheet. Like when you have the calculations to compute the difference between two setup of dates in terms of years, months, and days, then how to use this hidden formula called date diff, and what are the elements of that: start date, end date, and our Excel operator. Then today formula plays our role of generating today's date. And we have also discussed the application of our dollar symbol like F4 once to make no movement. So it is in turn, you can say column lock and row lock as well. F4 twice, only row will be locked, column will be free, and we'll call it as row constant, row lock, or row freeze. F4 thrice, only column will be locked, but row will be free, and we call it as our column constant or column lock or column freeze. And now today we are going to start with the next topic called Goalsick. So the sheet name called Goalsick, you can open the same data we'll be also having with you. So here, if you look at first, let me connect with you the data what we have with us, okay, so that everybody can understand what is the objective. Then we start working together. Don't worry. So we have taken a payroll slip or pay slip data. I mean, you must be getting your salary, and you know that what are the components of your salary slip. So this is the reason why we have taken this data. Okay. So basic, where you could see 40,000 is there. TA is of nothing but 20% of the basic, which is a formula driven cell. HRA is 50% of the basic, again formula driven. Medical allowance is fixed 15K. Uniform allowance is 12K. Don't go by the literal values. Okay, how much, I mean, how this much of HRA, how much this much of medical allowance and all. This is just a hypothetical figures. So don't worry about it. Okay. Now, monthly CTC is nothing but the summation of all these above values. Again, formula driven. Now, annual CTC is nothing but monthly CTC multiplied by 12. A simple basic formula driven data set we have got over here. I believe everything is clear, whatever we have. Any doubt, any queries in the data set, in any formula? So if it is clear, please drop me a message. Y for yes, as we have started communicating in our day one. All right. So now, this is what the salary slip data. Okay. So let me create a story so that everybody can connect with that. Take an example. Suppose say in my department, I need one resources. Because of the volume of transaction becomes high or the business is going to the next level. So I need one support system in my routine work. So what we, I mean, technically, what will I do? I will go to my recruitment team. I will approach to them. I will tell all the JD and all these details. I will declare, okay, should be the profile. This much of experience is required, and this is what the routine work. So based on that, my recruitment team will start working with filtering a candidate profile, and they will be suggesting one good candidate. and doing all the preliminary activities like taking all the preliminary round of interviews, finalizing one candidate, they will be giving one resume to me. Now, suppose says one resume has come to me naming XYZ. Okay. And now, being a department head, it is my duty to conduct the final round of interview and take a call and decide whether to hire that XYZ candidate or I should let it go. Well, so now when I am conducting the interview, I could find that he is able to answer all the questions. So I'm quite convinced the way he answers the question, it shows that he has got sound experience in this particular field and he has got good amount of academical qualifications also. So I'm quite happy. I have decided internally that I should hire this candidate, but that alone is not enough. I cannot just decide of my own. So I have to also take the same concept from the other side. So now the time has come to discuss about the compensation part. So I offered that candidate XYZ whoever that for this role we are offering 11 lakhs 40,000 of CTC. Okay. Now looking at the offer, the candidate is not quite happy. I could make out from his face. So I gave a comfort zone to him. I offered him, if you have some expectations, you can speak up. We can work out with some win-win situation and we can take a call. So the candidate has given a counter offer or he has demanded that, okay, if you are going to offer me 14 lakhs of CTC instead of 11 lakhs 40,000, I am ready to join within a day or two max. So this is what the candidate is demanding. So how much I am offering? 11 lakhs 40,000. How much candidate is demanding? 14 lakhs. Up to this clear, everybody? What is the situation? Is it clear for everyone? Right. Now, in this case, I have a problem. What's the first problem of mine? If I am going to accept his demand of 14 lakhs, what would be the breakup of salary? This is my first problem. All right. That also will keep it on hold. Now here internally, one another situation is also created. My management has given me authority to hire any candidate. Salary is not a bar. If you are finding a good candidate or good amount of experience is there, don't lose a good talent. But ensure that at any point of time, the basic salary should not exceed 60,000. So this is what management has given the authority, but they have given me a capping also that basic salary should not exceed 60,000. So I have got another problem. What is that? First, I need to know what would be the breakup of salary. Then second problem is if I achieve that 14 lakhs of output in a total CTC, then what would be the basic, whether it is within 60,000 limit or it is exceeding 60,000 limit. If it is exceeding, so definitely I cannot accept. But all this entire situation having in place, if I need to take a call, if I need to decide whether I should hire that candidate or not, how much time it is taking for us. I gave you entire scenario. How much time it is needed for us? Half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. This is how we have the practice. What we do, we ask the candidate to be seated at our reception or lobby, and we ask them, okay, we'll let you know in a couple of hours or 1 hour time. Now, why we are buying 1 hour of time over there? Why we can't take the decision immediately then and there in the desk itself? Because we do not know how to calculate, what should be the right formula, what should be the right feature. So this is the place where, my friends, we need a tool called Goalsick. Because in routine activities, taking the right decision in right time is very, very essential. And if you're unable to do that, you may lose something, you may lose the good candidate, or you may end up spending a lot of time, or you may be ending up spending with much more expenses, could be the case. Now, I will tell you one thing, that 1 or 2 hour, if the candidate is being waiting, it's okay. We are fortunate enough. Now, who knows? Next to my company or in neighborhood of my company, there is one more company also. He has got one interview scheduled. So that guy, he thought, why I should wait for 2 hours of time in this? I mean, in this, I mean, in this company's reception, I can utilize that window time by attending the next neighborhood company's interview. Now, suppose he attended their interview and they immediately accepted his offer, his demand, say 14 lakhs. So, what I am going to lose now? I am losing a good candidate because I could not take the decision then and there. So, this is the reason why taking the right decision in right place is very, very essential. But how to take that? So, this is the place where we have to take the help of the data analytical tool called Goalsick. So, Goalsick, where and how will I get that? Let's go and discuss. See, Goalsick, technically we get it in data menu. There is an option called what if analysis. In this what if analysis, you will be finding a Goalsick tool option. So everybody is able to find this tool where it is available. Kindly confirm. Data menu, what if analysis is the group, Goalsick is the tool. So this is the tool we are going to work now. Okay. Now, the moment we are thinking to use Goalsick, you cannot use Goalsick as it is. To use Goalsick, you must satisfy two validation rules. Rule number one, the data, whatever you have taken, it should be formula driven. So in our data, a lot many formulas are there. Rule number one is satisfied. No worries, isn't it? So rule number one is clear. Data is formula driven. Okay. Rule number two, what it says, let me take you through. So first 1 minute, watch my screen, observe what I'm doing. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Later, I'll be giving 1 more minute time to practice. Don't worry. So first watch. Now, I will go to data. Satisfying my first rule, I went to my data, what if analysis, Goalsick. Now in this Goalsick, what is the first criteria I have? Is called set cell. So set cell, what is the set cell? Set cell is nothing but objective cell. In any data, there will be one objective. Okay. So set cell is nothing but the objective cell. So if you have understood the whole story, in our data, what is our objective? Anybody? That is what.
Basic should be.
Right, right. Basic. Edwin and Monica, they are saying basic. This is what everybody thinks of. But technically, basic is not our objective. Where we are struggling with the annual CTC, right? The struggle point is where I have got level lakhs 40 and the candidate is expecting 14 lakhs. So this is what our objective. So annual CTC is my objective cell. Hope it is clear now. Now, annual CTC, when I'm thinking of to set as an objective, rule number two, it says that whichever the cell you consider as an objective cell must contain a formula. So our annual CTC, is it containing a formula? Yes, of course. What is that formula? Monthly CTC multiplied by 12. Do you agree? I repeat, people. So our annual CTC, is it containing a formula? Of course, yes. So now rule number two is satisfied. Annual CTC should be my set cell. Okay. Now second criteria, two value. How much you are expecting? How much the candidate is demanding to me? 14 lakhs. That I must define manually. So I need to go for typing 14 and 5 zeros. And this cell, I should always define the values manually. I cannot define to a cell reference and I can make it dynamic. I have to always give it manually. Okay, what is to value? It's clear. Now coming to by changing cell. Which cell you change so that you will be getting annual CTC of 14 lakhs. So where you will be doing your trial and error? Definitely in the basic cell, because DA I cannot touch, it is formula driven. HRA I cannot touch, again it is formula driven. Medical allowance is fixed, uniform allowance is fixed. Only thing is I can play around with my basic only. So I'll be taking the basic value. And now see the beauty. The moment I go and click OK, with blink of your eyes, Excel will take its own iteration and calculations and it will throw the result of 14 lakhs. And if the basic is of 52,745, the total CTC can be achieved. Now, is it within the limit of the management? 60,000?
Yes.
Yes. So I am very well now, should welcome that particular person without making a delay. I should accept his offer and I can tell him, welcome to our organization XYZ Limited, whatever it is. Now, HR will be intimating you for the further processing and the formalities. You may join in a day or two max. So now just see. The task which was been taking for us to 2 hours to complete, we could take the decision immediately, finish up the things. So this is how people, whenever there is a need, you can make use of this tool called Goalsick to take the decision in the right time. So please give it a try and check it's working. Any doubt, any queries, feel free to ask.
उसके बाद डेटा what if was
Hi, sir, this is Anirudh here. I have
Yeah.
one question.
Yeah, ask.
So I just happened out. I missed the part where you said set cell. How do we select that one?
You can just click on this what if analysis goal sake. You got to select the cell which is your objective cell. So in our
Okay.
data, objective is annual CTC. So objective may vary case to case depending upon the data.
Right.
So, and you have to remember rule number 2, whichever the cell you consider as an objective cell, this cell should contain a formula. So in our case, annual
Okay.
CTC, is it containing a formula?
Yes.
Monthly CTC multiplied by 12, correct?
Yes.
So that's
correct.
why this rule is also satisfied. Now, how much value
Okay.
you want that you know rest of the story?
14.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
by changing cell is the basic one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that should be without a formula.
Yeah, obviously
Yes.
that should be a static
Yeah.
cell.
Okay.
yes
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Yes, people, hope it is working for everyone. Any doubt, any queries? So it is not only just HR related calculations you can do, any department wherever you're working with, though it is finance, accounts, supply chain management, or marketing, or sales, production, planning, stores, anywhere you can make use of it. Or if you leave it, the professional front, in the personal story also, like if you're paying your house loan on EMIs. Okay, so in those cases, to calculate your own EMIs, you always depend upon the banker, or the banker only fixes the EMI and the tenure. So in that case, you can also check whether the EMI, whatever I'm paying, is it the right EMI I'm supposed to pay, or I'm ending up paying something extra. Any point of time to check the same also, you can make use of this Goalsick tool. Okay, so rules you have to always remember. Options where it is available in the data menu, what if analysis, Goalsick. All right. So can I take that? Everybody's clear with our Goalsick tool.
my one question is sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
We have a target of 6 lakh of our basic, right?
No. 6 lakhs. What is the target?
No. My question is means we don't move, or we don't change any, we can't change any basic, right? Means our target is 6 lakh, right? 60,000.
No.
So in case of that,
Target, it is given,
yeah.
it is not a target. It is the maximum limit set by the management.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So my question is, in case of the number will vary, so that what should we have to do? Same thing, same formula we have to do.
Of course, if see now when I take this to 14 lakhs, if it is exceeding 60,000, suppose say, so definitely I cannot accept his offer. I mean, I cannot accept his demand, correct? Because that is going beyond 60,000. So right now it is within 60,000 limit. So I'm pretty well, I'm in a good shape, or I'm in the comfort zone. So I definitely can accept. So if you're asking, this is where this is playing a role. We are nowhere connecting this with this data, correct? So this is just for the information I told you, that management has given a capping, but that is nowhere we can give as a constraint, or nowhere we can give it as a relationship in our Goalsick tool.
Correct.
Yeah. So this is
Okay.
only one variable. One variable, if you want to set it across, so set cell is only one objective can be set. You cannot have multiple objective. So you cannot say that total CTC should be 14 lakhs, and again basic should not exceed 60,000. So basic is less than equal to 60,000. So both parameters cannot be given. You can have either of one. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. No problem. So I'm glad you asked that question. Anyway, so this is how people we have understood how to use our Goalsick tool. So now we'll go for our next. It's called Data Clean 1. Now, Data Clean 1, what is the meaning by data cleaning and why is it so essential? I will tell you first the background story of that. See, most of the time, what it happens, people, when you receive your data, though it is from ERP, SAP, or it is from IBM ERP, Oracle ERP, or your vendor is sending or customer is sending, 90% cases we receive unclean data. What is the meaning by unclean data? Maybe some unwanted errors, unprintable characters, unwanted spaces, date will not be in date format, number will not be in non-number format, blanks will be there, header will be missing. Lot of challenges will be facing. This is called unstructured or unclean data. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Most of the time we receive our data in that format. Right. So our job becomes tedious unless and until we clean our data. We cannot work further. Even though you are an Excel expert or wizard, if you do not know how to clean your data, then you are not in a good position. So that is the reason why. First, you need to know how to clean up your data. So now we are going to start working with that. Now take an example. In our data set, we have received some dealer wise some reports over here, okay, and you can notice unwanted errors are there, like hash division, hash na, hash value, hash reference. All this kind of errors we have come across, and this is what also we see in our routine activities. And what we do exactly, we go back to the data set backend and we try to understand why there are so many errors. And when you just really do the examining the records, what it happens, we come to know that the errors are because of data absence or format incompatibility or case sensitivity. So technically, these are not playing any role. So the reasons are not actually valid, or it's not going to play any role, and we ignore it and we send it across to the next level, retaining the errors as it is. And there our problem starts. Whomever you have sent the data, those people keep asking the questions a lot. Why there are so many errors? So same question you need to answer repeatedly 5 different times. Definitely we get bored. And our quality time also being wasted over there. And behind this, who is the reason? Definitely it's us. Because it is our duty, whenever we come across this kind of errors, it is our duty to replace the same with some kind of predefined text, either zero, hyphen, nil, not available, not applicable, something like that. Then only we can stop people asking unwanted questions. All right. So right now, over here, our objective is also same. Wherever the errors are there, how to replace the same with a text called NA. So in place of errors, we want to see NA. So what is the option we have? What is the choice we have? Anybody? Yes, people, whatever things come to your mind.
Find and replace.
That's what. That is what everybody suggests, or this is the first thing it comes to our mind. Technically, if you go for find and replace with one start, only one type of error can be handled. Do you agree? But we have got varieties of errors. So we need to roll out this find and replace activity for number of times. Right, Anirudh?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is what we have to stop doing. We don't have that much of time to afford, And first of all, in a huge data set, how will you know that what are the types of errors are there? So what is the best way to clean up the data in this set? I'll tell you. Do it along with me. Select your data, keeping the cursor anywhere in the data set, Control A, and go and press Control G, G for Gamma, G for Goa. So Control G will be giving you a go to dialog box over there on the screen. And there you will be finding a special tab is there in the bottom left. Just click that. And when you click this special button, it will take you to your next dialog box called Go to Spatial, where in the left side, second option, you have called constants. Able to see? Constants. And having the selection with constants, please deactivate numbers, text, logicals. I repeat, having the selection with constants, deactivate numbers, text, logicals, and then click OK. You will be finding from the entire data set, only the error-driven cells are in selection. Can you confirm? Don't do anything, just confirm. All right. Now, leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, immediately type NA. Wherever it is typing, don't bother. But if you are really interested to know, look at your formula bar. Is it showing NA? Yes. Now, just hit Control Enter. I repeat, Control Enter. Immediately, the entire error-driven cells would be replaced with now naming called NA. With this, what you need to do the last step is going to home, color those cells. The font field color those cells. Why is it really necessary to color them? Yes. This is the ideal practice when you are presenting your data. You must give information to the user or audience. What is that NA? So below to the data, you can put a legend stating that the yellow colored cells are nothing but error-driven cells replaced with NA. So looking at your legend over there, anybody can make out what is what over here, correct? And then they will not further trouble you. And this is how the treatment you should do for your errors to clean up the same. Well, Vijay, so what is the problem? You missed something? Okay, no problem. I repeat, you can cross-check. Selecting the entire data set first, Control A. First, watch my screen. If it is missing something, first watch my screen, understand. Then next 1 minute, you can try. So I have selected my data. Then I have gone for Control G. G for Gamma, G for Goa. Go to dialog box will appear. Need to click the special button. So when I click the special button, then in Go to Special dialog box, I need to select constants from the left second option. Now having the selection with constants, I need to deactivate numbers, text, logicals. Having the selection with constants, numbers, text, logicals to be deactivated. Errors to be there on, no need to do any changes with the errors. And then click OK and immediately type NA, Control Enter. And finally, you should color them. This is what we discussed. And this is what the best treatment for your errors at any point of time in a huge data set of Microsoft Excel. Check, is it working? Any doubt, any queries? So how to do the error treatment? What are the steps? We are clear with that. Any questions from anybody? Or anybody is not getting, do let me know.
Yeah, Professor,
Yeah.
actually, why that error is coming? Because we are saying that it is not applicable, and we are telling that whoever is reviewing this is not applicable. But why this error is coming?
That's what I told you in the beginning. The errors are because of multiple reasons, because of data absence, or because of format incompatibility, or because of case sensitivity. Could be the case. We never know that. So there are different reasons behind it, but technically these reasons are not playing any role. That's why we have to do the right treatment on the same. Because most of the time, what it happens when you receive your data, people don't send the data along with the formula beneath that. See, any of the cell, do you see any formula?
No.
So what they do, technically they do copy paste special values and send it across, correct?
Yeah.
And when this do the conversion of copy paste special value, this kind of errors will automatically generate. But those errors are not technically playing any role. But having the errors in place, it will lead a lot of questions in the audience mind. And instead of just explaining the same thing again and again, how to stop people asking unwanted questions by doing the right treatment with the errors. So this is the procedure.
Okay, sure. Thank
Right, right. Now, so how to do the right treatment with our text-driven errors we have understood. Now let's go for one more thing. Just see, in this data set, we have got certain places, we have got some blank cells in place. Okay. So now the objective is wherever the blank cells are there, we need to replace the same with a text called nil, N-I-L. Okay. So let's do a practice. Keep your cursor inside the data set, go for Control A. Then Control G. Then click Special. Then click Blanks. So you can see that there is an option called Blanks also available. And once you click OK, it will just select only the blank cells from the entire data set. And you know what you need to do? Leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, immediately type NIL and hit Control Enter. Now hold on. Once you type NIL and hit Control Enter, then the last step, don't ever forget, as I told you in the previous case also, color them. How? Going to Home tab and choose the color, any other color, green, blue, black, anything, whichever you like the most. So I've taken the light green over here, stating that, now putting a legend below to the data, that green colored cells are nothing but the blank cells replaced with nil, yellow colored cells are nothing but the errors replaced with NA. So this is how you should do the right treatment for your data, and this is the part of our data cleansing. So kindly check and confirm, is it working? Any doubt, any queries? So data clean 1. Is it clear, people? Any questions if you have, you can ask me. These things needs practice. As I told you, nothing is possible overnight. But yes, techniques remains the same. Now, with this, we'll go for our next setup is called data clean 2. So now let me take you through the data so that everybody
Prabhas, actually for me, I am typing nil, but it is not appearing in all the blank cells.
Because
Only
you
in,
have not
where
gone
I
for
type.
that is what you have not gone for Control Enter. You should have gone for Control Enter. You have pressed Enter.
Okay. Yeah, okay, got
Yes,
it.
yes. Now, coming to data clean 2. Okay. So let me first take you through the data so that everybody can connect with it. Just hold on for a minute. Focus on my audio. Watch my screen. See, what it happens, friends, the moment we download the data from SAP or ERP system, There are always two areas you'll be finding the trouble. One, numbers will not be in number format. Second, date will not be in date format. And unless and until you clean up these two columns, you can't work further. So this is what some data we have with us. Let me take you through. Suppose say my boss asked me, Pravas, get me the entire fixed asset register. So I have given the respective T codes in my SAP system and I have downloaded a report having near about 10,000 records like this. How the report structure is, asset code is there, asset description is there, and asset class is there. So this is the first problem area where you could see the numbers are there, but it is not in number format. So now you can ask me a question, Prabhas, how did you recognize that? It's a simple thing. If you look at, can you see some kind of green color flag symbols are appearing in each and every cell of the top left corner? So it's a simple message. The data is not complied with the right format. It may be in text or it may be in general format, could be the case. Now, our job is to clean up the same and bringing up exactly into a number format. So what our experts suggest or what is the practice we have developed is no need to do anything, just watch my screen. So our expert says, Pravas, don't worry, select your data. There is a yellow color symbol turns up and go for convert to number. This is what they suggest. And we have been also doing. But I don't recommend this. Reason, if you go for this option, no doubt it will work fine. I'm not denying about it. But this option is being designed to deal with the limited row items like 30, 40, max to max 50 row items. It will work like a charm. But technically, how many row items data we have right now? 10,000. Now, when you go for this operation, what will be happening? It will be inviting trouble for yourself. Excel not responding. Excel is hanged. Excel is crashed, or Excel is restarting the window, or Windows is hanged. All these problems, some or the other, you would have also encountered with. So this is the reason why what I suggest is over here, the best option. You can select your first asset class value, select the rest, Control Shift down arrow key, and then go to data menu. There will be an option called text to column. And when you go to text to column, it will take you through a dialog box. And in this dialog box, no need to do anything. Directly go and click finish. So when you click the finish button with immediate effect, you will be finding all these green color flag symbols are removed and the data is cleaned and ready for next level. So this is what the solution for the first problem of our SAP driven data, how to bring the numbers into proper number formatting. So any doubt, any queries? So can I consider that everybody is clear with the process? All right. So now come to the extreme right column. Come to the extreme right column and you see what is the problem. There is a year column, but it is showing the errors called hash value, right? So in day one, we discussed something. There is a ready-made year formula available in Microsoft Excel, right? We discussed that. So now if you look at any of the cell randomly and open the formula with F2 or function F2, it will be showing the formula already there here. Now that year formula, we can see it is depending upon the date column. Do you agree? That year column, is it depending upon the date column? Right. So now it is pretty clear that there is some problem in our date column. That's why the year column is not fetching the value. So let's go to our date column and find out what is the problem over there. So keep your cursor in the date column, first date value, select the rest. Control Shift down arrow key. Now look at your date and tell me what is the problem in our date. Anybody? Right, people? In the date column, what is the problem with the date?
Is it because of the points instead of the hyphen or slash?
Absolutely. So as we know, the date format, what is that? Either DDMMYY or MMDDYY, no problem. But the separator cannot be a dot, a comma, a space, or a underscore. So technically, the separator has to be either a hyphen or dash symbol or a slash. And which slash? Only the forward slash, not the backslash. Okay. Now, having said this, if I need to clean up this date column, how to clean that? Again, just see. Selecting the date column, going to data, and there is an option called text to column. Go to text to column. And there, no need to do any changes. Directly go for next. So in the next button, you will be finding the next window called list of delimiters. Again, don't change anything with regard to the delimiters. Then go for next. Now here, you could notice our default option is general. Technically, what we have? We have the dates. So I'll go and change from general to date. Now here, you have to be careful. Just see. You need to understand what is the format in my system or in my system column it is showing. It is showing DDMMYY. You can check it out also. Okay. Now, if it is showing the same DMY format, that's fine. If it is showing something else, then you have to go and change MDY or YMD, anything. You can change this from the drop down. Okay. So now let it be in DMY format since our data is also looking as if it is in DMY format. Now, when I go and click over here, finish. Now see the beauty. My entire date column will be changed to the right format, and along with that, my year column is also cleaned up. Okay. So this is how the problem number 2 solution we have identified, or we have found out how to clean up our date and bring the date into proper date format. So just try and check, is it working? Any doubt, any queries? All right. So now, if you look at, though we have brought our numbers into proper number format, date into proper date format, but in the year column, if you look at, the data cannot be ever expressed having the commas in place. Do you agree? In our year, can you have commas? Definitely no. So this is the place where it has gone wrong. So technically, comma where it is allowed. Anybody? Comma where we can apply. right? So Anirudh and Pramod both are right. So Anu is saying money, that we call it in Excel language currency, and Pramod is saying number. So in these two cases only, currency and number cases only, we can apply comma, not in the year. So how to deal with the same? Just see. So let's have a quick recap. Yesterday I told you something about changing the format. If you remember, to convert any format to number format, what it was? I told you, please practice. This is very, very essential, and we are going to use the same in the rest of the sessions. Control Shift 1 to convert any format to number. Control Shift 2, any format to time. Control Shift 3, any format to date. Control Shift 4, any format to currency. Control Shift 5, any format to percentage. But right now, what we need to do, we need to go for converting any format to general format. So what is that key combination? I told you yesterday. Can you see one infinitive symbol? So Control, Shift, and infinitive. Above to the tab key, there is an infinitive symbol is there. We call it technically tilde key, Tilde. So Control, Shift, and tilde, it will be helping me to convert any format to general format. Check it out. Right? So this is how people we have understood our data clean 2, the story that how to deal with our data when you download the data from SAP or ERP system. What are the necessary columns you need to be validated? How to clean up the same? We have understood. Any doubt? Any questions in data clean 2 sheet? Anybody? All right. So I got the confirmation from Pramod, Monica, and Anirudh. How about others? Vijay, what is the status? Sachin, Raja? So people, again, I'm saying, I'm requesting you, please make it clear in the session itself. Later, you can practice, not a problem. But in session, one time practice is very, very essential. Don't skip the things. Okay, I'll be getting the recordings. Later, I'll be practicing. See, that is for just a add-on. If you do not understand the concept properly, if you do not understand the steps properly, things will be missing. So if at all any point of time something is not clear, you have all the liberty, freedom to ask questions. I am ready to explain 10 times, don't worry. All right. So consider that everybody is clear in our data clean 2. I proceed to the next, data clean 3. Okay. So let me first take you through the data, what we have with us. Now, we are going to discuss a very beautiful example and a concept of our Excel also. Okay. So let me first take you through our data. So let me tell you a background story of this data. Okay. No need to do anything. Just stay focused on the screen and focus on my audio. See, what it happens, friends, sometimes we receive our data in different platform, like different platform in the sense, sometimes we receive in Notepad, sometimes we receive in PDF, we receive in Word document, we receive in MS Access data set, or we receive in .csv format of the data. So there are various platforms we receive our data, correct? And if you see the other platform, the data seems to be well defined, well organized, well tabulated, and well formatted. And when you bring the same to your own Excel and paste it, it goes completely haywire. It scatters the data like anything from top to bottom if you look at, or right to left to right if you look at. Automatically the row height, column width, everything goes very high, and we don't have any idea why it is happening with us, why the column size is increasing, why the row height is increasing. And unless and until you clean up all these things, bringing your data together at one place, you cannot work further. So this is what the problem, it happens most of the time. And I must say that you would have also come across this kind of situation somewhere or the other in your whole life. Do you agree with me? Is it happening or not? When you copy the data from a well formatted Excel sheet to your own workings, it happens like that. So this is what something we have right now. Stay focused, please. Suppose say my boss is working in a bank portal in his laptop. He has opened a bank software or bank application and he's working with that. And he could see the bank name, bank account number, and bank code. Everything is well designed, well tabulated, well formatted. And he has exported that data to Excel. Now he has come out from that bank portal and he is working with the data of Excel. Then he realizes the entire data is dumped into a single cell. And like this, 10,000 entries are there where the bank name, bank account number, bank code, everything is dumped. Okay. Now looking at the data, my boss thought for a while, it is not my cup of tea. So immediately he called me because I'm working in his team. Immediately he called me and he's saying me, Prabhas, this is what the data I have received from that bank portal. I just want you to find out the bank code alone for me for all these 10,000 cases. So we have got 10,000 records like this. We need to work with finding only the bank code. So how will I do that? Yes, people, any helping hand? Hope the situation is clear. What we need to do, we have the data dumped into a place. We need to extract only the bank code in the next column. Yes, what is the first thing comes to your mind? Anybody? These are the real-time situations, people. This is what we face in our routine activities. So what is the choice we have? Anybody? Anirudh, what's your opinion?
Sir, I'm not sure about this scenario, like how to do. At least if it was in a standard, if it had the same amount of characters, you can probably delimit that and remove it.
Right. So
Separate.
that is what you, as you saying, Vijay also is in the same pitch, and he's also saying, suggesting text to column. And this is what exactly our experts also suggest us. So let me take you through that. No need to do anything, just watch my screen. If I go for text to column, data, selecting data, text to column. Now I'll be using delimiter. So what is the delimiter I have? I could notice each and every place that my bank code is at the extreme end after the space. So I'll be using the delimited case next, and I'll go for tab to remove, space to activate, and click finish. Now what happens? Can you notice? The bank code somewhere comes in column I, somewhere in H, somewhere in G. Again, I have to keep working with each and every individual cell. Then only I can get my bank codes properly. Do you agree? Right, people? So this is what not going to work for me. Ruled out. Now, what is the other choice people have, or what is the other thing people suggest? Sometimes some people say, Prabhas, since I could notice the bank code is at the extreme right side, I can go for a formula called right. So there is ready-made right and left formula to ascertain certain characters from right and left respectively. So here it is asking me right and text. So text is this. Now next, number of characters. So from right side, how many characters you want? So my bank code, if you look at how many characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I go for this and click enter, I got my first bank code is ready, no doubt. But when I go and apply the same for the rest, do you see everywhere I'm getting my bank codes properly? What happens here? Can you notice? The bank code starts from UBS, but it takes only from WCH. So this is what the trouble. So what happens now? Right formula also not working for me because here the bank code characters are not uniform or it is not consistent, right? So can you find out the problems, people? Though the task, what we used to do, the way we used to get the answer by using the regular options, now all the options are failing. This is the bottom line. Yes, true. What say? And this is what most of the time you will be facing, not only in like your any department, wherever. I mean, I could not confine to a particular department data again. Whenever you download the dump data from SAP, this is the situation most of the time. And I can relate the bill of material cases like OEM industries, the bomb cases, in if you're working with HR, the employee related database, all this or stock statement you may receive in this format. Okay. So now how to clean up this? That is what the most of the things, how to bring only the bank codes. All right. Now here, if you ask our experts what they suggest, I'll tell you, don't do anything, just watch my screen. They will ask you, okay, don't worry, they will understand the situation. And then they will suggest, okay, Prabhas, if this is the scenario, don't worry, take the formula. What is that? If, len, mid, find, if error, okay, then go, sometimes they go for search also. And finally, it is not ending up with the close parenthesis, it is ending up with your curly braces like this, which is completely beyond of our understanding. Now when we ask those experts, please tell us how this logical things works, they say, see, if you know, I mean, you wanted the help, I did it, but I have my own work to do also. So if you're really interested to know how it works, what is the logic, please call to me. I mean, please call me at around 5:30 somewhere. I will help you out. So this is how people react or give the suggestion. Now, what we do, taking the help over here, the solution, and when we try, sometimes it works, sometimes it fails. And why it is like this? Because the data is of inconsistent type. So now what you have understood, this text to column, right formula, all these things, it will work fine only if your data is of consistent type. So here the major problem is data is not of consistent type. Hope it is clear. Now, if this is the scenario, how to deal with it? So we have no other choice except coming back to the Stone Age. What is that? Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. So if this is the thing to be done, just imagine 10,000 times copy paste. It will kill my half day. Do you agree with me? Now, though it is of half day or one day, I don't have any other choice. My boss is demanding, so I have to do. So if I tell to my boss, sir, it will take 4 to 5 hours, do you think that the boss will be having that much of patience to wait? What they say? This task 4 hours, like that, with frowned eyes. The expression will be something different. So can I tell to my boss in this case, sir, then why don't you do it by yourself? If you believe 4 hours is quite a longer duration, you should do it by yourself. Can I tell something like that to my boss? No way. So here, somewhere my boss is also not convinced the way I'm doing, but he has no other choice except assigning the task to me. Now, when I do the task and taking 4 hours of time or 5 hours of time, complete the task, it leaves a great question mark in my productivity and efficiency. And when my productivity is questioned, it is going to leave a negative impressions in my KRA report. If my KRA report is negative, it will be giving an impact to my appraisal form also. Do you believe that? The entire chain reaction. Yes or no? So this is how people treat people. So if you do not know the tool properly, if you do not work smartly, you will be always in the backseat. So now, just imagine that entire 4 to 5 hours of job, if I could do it for you only in 10 seconds, trust me, 10 seconds, how much of quality time you can save. Have a look. Just watch my screen for a minute. What I'm doing, try to understand. I have got the data, okay, in column B. Column C, I have deleted completely first. Then I have gone to column B. I could notice my bank code is there at the extreme end of the statement. I copied that. I went to my column C, the next immediate column, and I have pasted it. And the moment I pasted, I have gone for a simple keyboard shortcut. Control E, E for engine, and see the beauty with immediate effect. I could see all the places my bank code is turned up, right? Like a magic show. I don't need to be bothering about this. So now, what is this Control E? Why we were not aware of that? Because this is one of the artificial intelligence tool of Microsoft Excel, which is technically available only if you are there in 2013 and above. Okay. So check please. Are you getting this Control E working for you? Yes, people. Any questions from anybody at this state?
Yeah, because while doing that, I'm getting on the left corner some green flags
Right.
for some of the.
Right. So I'll tell you, when you go for this, suppose if I go and deal with the same, okay, take an example. This is what the data I had. When I'll go and do it also, I'll be also getting the same. Just see. Right?
Yeah, yes.
So these are nothing but I told you, right? In data clean 1, I mean data clean 2, if you look at, we had also earlier some green color flag symbols in the asset class column. So what does it mean? It is a simple message. The data is not complied with the right format. So here the data is not in there in number format. It is there in text or general format. Could be the case, right?
Okay.
And now you can say why it is showing like this and why it is showing the numbers. Some cases the alphabets and numerics are there, but here are only the numbers because Excel doesn't know. Flash fill doesn't understand where is your bank code, where is your bank account number. It is just a pattern fill. We are not defining any kind of logic over here. Did you define any kind of logic in flash fill Control E?
No.
No. So what it does, when you took the first data and when I created a case, it established a pattern. What is the pattern? What it has understood? That from the data, after the last space, whatever it is the data is there, I should pick up. This is the understanding it creates in the backend of flash fill by the system. That's why it is called as artificial intelligence tool. And the same pattern, it is filling up to the down. And wherever the bank code is not there, whatever the last space is there, after that, irrespective of the character numbers, it picked up the data. So these are the cases we do not have the bank code. This is the unwanted data. I can ignore it. So wherever the bank codes are there, I received or not? That is the first question. I received it. with no time, right?
Yeah, yes.
So that is what we call it as our control E is nothing but it's the artificial intelligence tool called Flashfill, and it is available only if you are there in 2013 and above versions of Excel. So I believe everybody's clear, people, whatever we did so far. Any doubt, any kind of confusion or queries running in your mind, feel free to ask. No issues.
Sure. So if when you see that green symbol on the left side,
Right.
do we go and do the delimit part again?
No, not necessary delimiters and all those things. You can simply go and check this, and you can go for ignore error. I mean, the data I don't need. You just go for ignore error. If it is really annoying the green color symbols, you can go for ignore error. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Vijay, we'll come to that. We are now in the initial state. We'll come to that. What is your question? Just keep it on hold. Okay. Now here, flash fill. Though it is a great tool, people, no doubt about it, but you cannot apply flash fill with any type of data as you like. To use flash fill or control E, you must satisfy 4 validation rules. So let me take you through the rules first, then we'll go for the further level. So kindly watch my screen. No need to do anything. I will copy paste the rules over there in the chat box also later. So don't worry about spending time for typing the notes and all. First understand what are the rules. Okay. So here, the rule number 1, it says that, okay, if your data is there in column B, suppose this is my data column, correct? Next to the data column should be blank. So like the rule is saying that ensure there is a blank column next to data column. So if my data is in the column B, column C has to be blank. If column C is also containing data, we need to insert a blank column. So hope the rule number 1 is clear, people. Now just understand, no need to be worried about typing the same, making a note. I'll be just copying and pasting later in the chat box. Don't worry. Just understand the rules. Now, rule number 2. After flash fill, make paste special values. So what does it mean? Like I have created the data. Then what I need to do is I need to copy. I need to go for right click. I need to go for paste special, and I need to go for values. Is it really mandatory? Yes. Why it is mandatory? I'll tell you. If you go for flash fill, you have extracted your data, you have saved your file, but tomorrow when you reopen the file, the data will get changed. The data will be diluted. The numbers will be changing. So this is the reason why to safeguard our data, whichever we have extracted through flash fill, we need to do a copy paste special values. Okay. So this is our rule number 2. Is it clear? What is rule number 2, people? After flash fill, you should make paste special values. Okay. Now, rule number 3 is create data header only after step 2. What does it mean? See, suppose I have gone to next column. First, I have created my data header, and then I am going to do the flash fill. It will not work because the header will be treated as your base data for flash fill. And based on this, your flash fill will not extract the data properly. So this is the reason why what you need to do is first you get your data, then go for copy paste special values, and then go for step 3, bank code. This is rule number 3. Okay, so always create the data header only after copy paste special values. Hope the rule 3 is clear. Now, rule 4, what it says, ensure there is no formula over data column. Means if my data is in column B, any of the cells should not contain any formula. Okay. If at all it contains formula, flash fill will not work. So you have to again go for copying and pasting special values, then only your flash fill will work. So these are the 4 basic rules, people, you have to always keep in your mind whenever you go for the flash fill. So just check it out. Any of the rules is not clear, if you are having any questions running in your mind, feel free to ask, because this is really a great tool, and trust me, 90% cases to clean up the data, this tool is going to work for you. So all the rules are clear, people? Any questions? All right. So I got a confirmation from Monica and Anirudh and Sachin. How about others? Vijay, Edwin, Raja, Pramod? Okay. Now we'll see where else we can use this kind of flash fill in our routine activities to save our time and to make our life easy. Just watch my screen for a while. Okay. See, just right click on any of the sheet tab. And if you go for this right click, you will be finding an option called unhide, the way you unhide your existing hidden sheets. Then it will take you to a box. You will be finding in a sheet name called text challenge. Just go for that. So open this text challenge sheet and click OK. So you'll be finding a text challenge sheet will be opened in front of your screen. So please confirm all of you have got a text challenge sheet open. Why for yes? All right. Now, just watch my screen for a while. See, sometimes what it happens when you download the data with regard to your vendors, customers, or employees, you'll be finding the vendor name or employee name or customer name comes or appears in 2 columns like this. And looking at the same, suppose my boss is not quite convinced and he's telling, if it is a name, why don't you retain the name in 1 column? Why you are maintaining 2 different columns for that? So we need to basically combine the data, conjoin the cell strings. So how do we combine the data? Anybody?
By concatenating.
Yep. So we have a ready-made formula naming called concatenate. Just hold on, hold on. So this is for your understanding. There is a formula in Excel naming called concatenate, and this is what our expert also suggests us keep using this formula. But I do not recommend this because this is a lengthy formula. It will be occupying more space of my file. So rather, what I can do, just see, I'll go for equal to first name. I'll use ampersand, that is the and symbol, the numerical 7 in the keypad. You will see you have what ampersand symbol. That will be acting like a concatenate operator. And then I will go for last name. And when I go for this control enter, I got my data combined, but the problem is over here, the data becomes one word. Technically, the name, we have got two words, first name and last name, correct? So basically, we need to have a space. So how to deal with this space? Let's see. I'll go one more time, equal to first name ampersand. I need a space. So space is something we cannot define just like that. To define a space, yesterday we discussed, within two double inverted quotes, I need to define a space. Then that will be combined with my first name, no doubt. But we have also last name to be combined with. I should go for ampersand one more time and the last name. That's it. Control enter. We got the data combined. See? So this is how you can go for some time saving techniques, people, to combine your data also, not making by file size heavy, but yes, we could combine our data. That's the beauty. So check, is it working?
There is context challenge in that. I'm not able to see my spreadsheet.
Sorry? You're unable to get that sheet?
Yes.
Okay, you have to just do the right click on any of the sheet tabs. See this data clean 2, data. We were earlier working with data clean 3. You need to keep your cursor in the sheet tab where the name is there, right click, go for unhide. One option will be there, unhide.
Oh, okay.
And when you go for unhide, it will take you to a dialog box where you'll be finding a sheet name called text challenge. And you have to select that, click OK, and that will be activated on your existing workbook. Yeah. So this is how people we have understood how to work around with this, correct?
My question is that actually I did that formula, so I got Hari Sabu, right?
Yeah.
And then I double click it, then I got the Sachin and Venkatraman. So is it okay or anything I'm liking?
No, that is what we did only. The same formula, if you go for it, that is what double click, we have to always do that. If you have got 10,000 names to be combined, you have to go for double click. That is what the formula we have applied. Instead of concatenate, you should use this kind of ampersand symbol. As such, we are discussing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So this is what people, till yesterday, this was the best option, whatever we are discussing. But today, since we are working with this upgraded versions and we are attending this kind of training program, what I do suggest is don't go for all these things. See the beauty. Just watch my screen for a minute. Okay, same Hari Sadhu is there, the names are there. I will go to my next column. I'll go on type Hari space Sadhu and then, okay, Control E, done. No formula, no function, a simple keyboard shortcut, Control E is going to help me. Can you see the beauty? How your speed is going to be increased because of this Control E? Can you imagine? Right? Just try. Is it working? Check it out. Just copy paste the data towards the right side, first name and last name, and try to go for one column over there, naming called Hari Sadhu, then hit Control E. Is it working? Yes. So Anirudh has confirmed this is working. So this is the beauty of one more usage of our Control E. All right. Now I'll tell you one more thing. Just watch my screen for a minute. So whenever you have the data in one column, if you need to separate, our experts they always suggest, and we have also discussed, you should go for text to column, delimited, space, then going for next, again changing the destination and taking the cell over here, finish. This is what the people suggest, or this is the practice we have developed, right? But see, this is also no longer required, such a tedious process or time-taking job. I'll tell you how to do this. Just see, I have the data combined in one cell, right? I need to go to next column. I will type Hari. Again, I'll go to next column, Sadhu. Hari, Control E, Sadhu, Control E. Done. Two keyboard shortcuts. Within two taps, entire data is separated. So this is what the beauty people of Flash will. So as I told you, 90% cases for cleaning up the data, you can definitely make use of this formula, or not formula exactly, the artificial intelligence tool called FlashL, provided the rules are satisfied. That you have to always remember. All right. So any doubt, any queries as such, whatever the usage we have witnessed, are you clear with that? Getting some idea? Right. So now just imagine, yes,
Will you please repeat that last one again?
last one.
Yeah.
To separate.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the data I had. I'll go to next column. I'll type Hari. Again, I'll go to next column. Sadhu. Hari. Control E. Sadhu. Control E.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So now, once we have done with this over here, so how this flash fill plays a very great role, we have understood. Now just imagine the same situation. We are going to recall that when my boss asked me and I'm able to do this job with no time, that entire 4 hours of job, what we were anticipating, we could do it in just 10 minutes or maximum 1 minute or 10 seconds, depends upon the volume of data. Definitely, boss will be also very happy having a teammates like me who is doing the job with no time. And we know when boss is happy and giving a compliment to our work, what happens next? Yes, Anirudh? If boss is happy, what happens?
Appraisal.
Forget about that. Increment, promotion, appraisal, that is only at the year end only. That too, if you sustain in the organization. So if the pandemic kind of situation doesn't come, you may get that. But with immediate notice, what happens? The expectation level goes high and workload increases. Do you agree with me?
More work.
Yes.
The same thing happen all the time. And here, as our friend Vijay asked earlier, that okay, if something is there at the end, I could extract, we have understood. If something is in the middle, say, now the boss is asking, Prabhas, you have given me the bank code. Can you get me the bank account numbers? So now, if you look at the bank account numbers are also in the middle of the statement. Can you see? So how to get that bank account numbers, right? So let's go for that. So as usual, rule number one, ensure next to the data column should be blank. So go for creating a blank column. Alt I C, insert a column. Alt I C. Okay, one by one, no need to struggle. So I for insert, C for column, to insert a column. Similarly, to insert a row, Alt I R. Pretty easy. I for insert, R for rows, C for column. So to insert a row, Similarly, to insert a worksheet, Alt I W. To insert a worksheet. All right. So this is how you can insert a column, row, or worksheet by simply going for Alt IC, R, or W. Now, rules. Got the first column ready. Then go to the data. Where is the bank account number? In the middle, I will select and copy that. I'll come to my next column. I will paste it. Then what is the shortcut for flash fill? Yes, people? We discussed, right?
Only.
Control E. And see the beauty? Are you getting your data, bank account numbers? Very good. Just check on your screen. Did you receive the bank account numbers?
Sir, could you please repeat that step once?
Yeah. First, you insert a column. Is it on?
Yes.
Then go to the data and select only the bank account numbers.
Okay.
Copies the same and come to the next column and paste it.
Okay.
Then Control E. So now my question is, look at your own screen and check, did you receive your bank account numbers properly?
No.
So where do you think it has gone wrong? What is happening with the bank account numbers? If you look at the second case exclusively, serial number 2, what happens? My bank codes are starting with 0. So when 0 is the initial values, if it is a code or if it is an account details, that also plays a role. I cannot ignore that. Do you agree? If the account number is starting with 0, can we ignore that? So definitely we cannot ignore it, isn't it? But the moment here, if you look at, it is not showing those zeros over here. That is the trouble. And why it is like this, we'll come to that. So first question, if you look at my question, please try to focus. What you believe, flash fill is happening, flash fill is working or not? Yes or no? Flash fill is working, yes or no? Okay, Vijay is saying it's working. How about others? Yes, people? Just give your consent. Don't worry. I'm not doing any kind of assessment.
It's working.
It's working. Okay. How about others? 2 consents I have received.
Sir, I'm having some network issue, so I lost you in between. The step to follow. Could you just repeat that once?
Which steps?
I've done the control enter, the autofill part. And what is to be done next?
No, we have not done anything. We are discussing now.
Okay.
We are discussing that whatever the output you have received, did you receive your bank account numbers properly? You have to check and confirm. Did you receive the same properly?
Okay, yeah. I've received it, but it's not correct. I mean, it's coming in that format.
Yeah, that is what we are that is what we are discussing now.
Okay.
Now, so the first thing is, people, flash fill is working. If flash fill were not working, then how we are getting the values populated like this? Okay, so flash fill is working, but only thing is the output is not up to the desired format. So the way the format we are expecting the data should bring us, it is not coming up in that format. So this is only the problem, isn't it? So then why it is happening like this? In the previous case, it worked properly, but here at this time, why it is not working? So we need to understand certain concept of our Microsoft Excel. So no need to do anything. Just watch my screen for a while. Okay. See, any point of time when you write some data or when you type some data, say I type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. If I need to know how many characters are there, I will be using a formula called len. So is it showing 10 characters are available? Yes, of course. Isn't it? Now, when I go for the next over here, if I increase one more number, is it showing all the characters? Just see. Can you read all the characters? Pretty well. If I go and increase one more character, can you see all the characters now? No. So what you have understood now, that whenever you are typing your data, Excel is trying to store the data in number format. And when it is trying to store the data in number format, it can hold only up to 11 characters of the data. If the character length is more than 11, it will not hold data in proper number format. But right now, our concern is not with the formats. Though it is general text, numbers, we don't want to see the format. We want only our data to be visible as it is. So in that case, what we need to do, whenever you want to showcase your entire character string of your data, you must populate along with apostrophe. So anything you store with apostrophe, that will be stored as a text. So when the data is stored as a text, automatically it will be displaying all the characters. And can you see a green color flag symbols also populating? And that is what we have already witnessed 2 times in Data Clean 2 as well. And I showed you one example of our bank code. There also it was appearing the same thing. So now the data is there in text mode. And this is the reason why we are able to see the entire character string. So this is how Excel works. So now in our data, what is the trouble? Here, the moment I copy and paste it, the data is trying to paste as a number format. So we need to deal with the same. How? Just see. I'll go to my data column. I will select my bank account number. I will copy that and then I'll go to my next column. First, I will go for apostrophe, that is called single quote. So where you have the single quote, we have got a dedicated key. Can you see? Single quote and double quote. So I need to use this cell and use this key. And then I will paste it, whatever I have copied, and that will be stored as a text. And rest, Control E, done. So this is what the beauty of Flashfill. Again, when you want to extract the data in numbers, you have to store as a text, then only all the characters length will be available. And then rule number 2, what is that? You need to copy the data and you need to go for paste special values. That you don't forget the rule number 2. Rule number 3, we need to go for creating the data header only after step 3. So that also we did. Now, if you believe these green color flag symbols are annoying, no need to be worried about. You can select and then this yellow color symbol turns up, you should go for ignore error. And then automatically this will be ready. So this is how we have understood. If at all, if you need to bring something from the middle, you can still bring it on through flash fill. So Vijay, the question what you asked, now it is answered, correct? All right, people. So please give it a try and let me know if you have any questions or concerns with regard to this Data Clean 3, the flash fill tool. Yes, Pramod, which one, which section you want me to repeat? The entire thing?
No, Prabhas, that was for the previous one. I just lost the network. So the previous typing already repeated.
Okay, this one.
No, no question. No question.
So this is clear?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
very clear.
Okay, okay. Right. So I believe everyone has got the concept-wise clear what is flash fill, what is the shortcut, Control E, what are the rules, the 4 rules, and even if the data is there in the middle, as long as it is able to create a pattern, and if the pattern is matching with your ideal requirement, you can still make use of this flash fill. All right. Now, can we proceed to the next level? Okay, great. So now we'll go for our next sheet, naming called, okay, repeat once. Vijay, which one you want me to repeat?
From there, no, we can change the uh, we select the numbers. When we select the numbers and all the digits are coming at 000,
Uh-huh.
the first part only.
Okay, so have you copied your data first?
Yes.
Then when you're going to paste it, first define one apostrophe that is called single quote.
Okay. Before copying it.
Yeah, before
Pasting.
pasting, you should go for a single quote. So anything you paste with quote will be stored as a text. Now you paste your data.
Yes. Yes.
Did you receive one green color flag symbol with immediate left corner of the system of the cell?
Yes.
Now you
Yes.
need to go for Control E.
Okay. Got it.
Now the rest of the rules, copying and pasting and making it paste special values, then creating your data header, bank account numbers.
Okay.
Then if you do not want those green color flag symbols, you can select, and from this left corner, whatever the yellow color symbols turns up, you should go for navigating through the same and ignore error. Don't go for convert to number, ignore error.
Okay.
Right. All right. So now let us go for our next sheet, naming called data fill. Data fill. So here we have got two data sets. So we'll go and deal with the same one by one. So come to the left one first. So there is a cell naming called problem area. That is for the understanding. You can delete that. The problem area text, whatever it is written, you can delete that. Now, just wait for a while. Let me give a better story for this data so that everybody can connect. Take an example. Suppose my boss asked me, Prabhas, get me the entire revenue report. So whatever the products we have sold, I want a report on that. So I gave a respective T code and I could generate a report having 1 lakh line item. How many? 1 lakh line item in this format. Like different city wise, these are the products we have sold, or suppose say in different cities we have got multiple outlets. So outlet wise, city wise, we have got these are the products sold, and this is the revenue in terms of lakhs we made it. So like this, we have got 1 lakh records. Now when I showed this 1 lakh records to my boss, he is not happy. He is telling me, because this data is of no use for me. I am not interested also to see this entire 1 lakh records. I just want to see the records related to vanilla powder. So boss wants to see the records related to vanilla powder. So 1 lakh records is there, only vanilla powder related records to be displayed. What we do? Yes, can somebody help me?
put a filter in C or pivot.
Pivot, you can do it over here. Pivot will be giving a total. I don't want the total. My boss is not looking for the total. So basically, we can go for filter. So when you have a huge chunk of data and you are looking for some specific information, we go for filter. That's the ideal one, right?
Yes.
Right. So how will you apply filter? Could you please help me?
Control Shift.
So keeping the cursor in the header, you are asking me to go for Control Shift and L to activate or deactivate filter, correct?
Yes.
Now, which column I need to apply filter?
Product description.
So we'll go to product description and then
search for vanilla flavored.
okay. So we can either search for vanilla powder or we can go for select all to deselect and we can go for select to vanilla powder. Like this we can do, correct? And the
Yes.
moment I click OK, vanilla powder related records will be displayed on the screen. So this is how technically we apply filter. If this is the case, then from today onwards, we are going to stop doing it. Yes. Something strange, something surprised, but yes, this is the fact. Why we are not supposed to use filter like this is this kind of operation, if a beginner of Excel or a standard 5 student, he is learning the Excel for first time, if he is doing the job, well and good, accepted. Not like a professional like us. We don't have that much of time to afford for filter operation. So now the question is how to do a filter with no time. So I'll tell you a beautiful option. You have come across so many times, but you have never paid attention to that. I'll tell you what. See, I have the data, correct? My boss is asking me, Prabhas, show me only vanilla powder related records. Just see the beauty. What I got. I'll go to vanilla powder. I'll do right click, filter selected by cell value. Done. How long it takes me? No control shift L, no select all, deselect all, no search button to go and separately click and type the text. So this is how people, sometimes with mouse also, we can make the things faster. Just check it out. Is it working? Right click on vanilla powder, filter selected by cell value. Works? So don't you think that you have come across so many times the filter operation like this, but it remain unnoticed or we never try to figure it out what is this option about, isn't it? So always try to explore the things. Trust me, you can learn a lot of things from the window options. All right, now I go for vanilla powder, filter selected by cell value. Now when I go for selected by cell value, what happens? Just see. No doubt it is giving me the data, okay? But my boss is not happy watching the same. Why? Because the store detail options are missing, like from which city the revenue it is, those details are missing. So this is the reason why this presentation is incomplete. Though we got our vanilla powder related records is there, but belongs to which city that information is missing. So why it is like this? Because if you look at our store detail column, only the first row is dealing with our store names. Rest of cells remains blank. And this is what, again, a standard problem in our SAP-driven data. So when you have huge chunk of data, if the data is getting duplicated or if it is replicating in the cell, unwantedly making the file size heavy. So in this place, how to deal with it? Unless and until you populate the blank cells with the respective city names, this data is of no use. Neither you can go for pivot nor you can apply filter, nothing can be done. Yes. So how to do the same, how to make the data arrangements, how to bring the data ready for next level, just see. Keep your cursor in the store detail column header and select the whole column. Starting from store detail, select the whole column. Then Control G, G for gamma, G for Goa. In data clean 1, we have already witnessed that. So selecting your store detail column, Control G. Now there is a special command is there, yes. So go and click special. And when you click special, there is an option called blanks. And when you go and click blanks and click OK, with immediate effect, you will be finding from the entire data set of store detail column, only blank cells are alone in selection. All right. Now leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, immediately type equal to on the keyboard. You will be finding that equal to symbol is being typed in the first blank cell of the range. Now, just click the above cell. Just click the above cell of our equal to sign and hit Control Enter. And when you hit Control Enter, can you see the entire store detail column will be populated with the respective city names with all these blank cells. And now you can do your filter. All right, see. So even though you have 1 lakh records, 50,000 records, no worries. With no time, you can make it ready. This will be again very, very helpful whenever you do the job over there from the SAP driven data, downloaded records, or from the government websites, especially the income tax websites like Form 26AS, or from the government sites when you write the GST related some returns details you are filing and you are extracting the reports. So most of the time, what it happens, you may receive the data in this format. And if you want to analyze the records, you have to make your data ready for next level like this. Then only it will be ready. All right. So this is how we have understood. Now please make a practice with the case number 2 and populate the store detail column with the respective city name. Please do it and confirm in the chat box. D for done. Yes, people, any questions from anybody? Feel free to ask.
Can you please share the formula once?
There is no formula over here. You can select first your data, whatever you have in that column, complete column. Okay. Then Control G, you'll be getting go to dialog box. Then you need to go to the special button to click. Then you have to click this blanks option and you need to click OK. Then you leave your mouse, leave your touchpad, immediately type equal to. You can notice it will start typing in the first blank cell. Then you need to click the above cell, immediate above whatever the cell it is, and hit Control Enter. Is it working, Monica?
Just give me a minute. I'm trying to do.
Yeah. So this kind of small techniques, people, it saves a lot of time. I mean, as I told you in day one, time is money. So though you become an expert or something, if you do not know how to do the ground level of data cleaning work, then you have to always struggle. So tomorrow you'll be leading a team, though you may not be doing all this ground level work, at least you can share. You can share your knowledge to your people so that they can save their time. And at a larger picture, if you see, the quality of report will be also improved. You can think more about analysis and planning. You can spend more time on that rather doing the ground level of works, right? Fine then. So now we have done with our data fill exercise. Now I'll be looking at the next. So what's next? Let's go for it. The sheet name is called sorting. So now we are going to look at the data arrangement. Like when you have the data unstructured, how to bring it to a meaningful format, we are going to discuss upon the same. So we have got two data sets again, don't worry. So we'll go for one by one. Okay. So come to the first one. Suppose say my boss asked me, Prabhas, get me the entire employee related information. So when I go for entire employee related information, when I download the report from SAP or ERP system, suppose say we have got 10,000 headcounts in the organization, and I have received the report of 10,000 people in this format, like department wise, employee name is available, date of joining, and the salary they draw. Complete picture is there. My boss is not quite happy the way the report has come. And where is the objection point of him? He is telling that because data is there, but I could see the department column is missing something. So why don't you arrange the data based on the department? So why he is so particular about the department column? Let's go and have a look. So if you look at the department, what is the first department we have? Finance. Second one, admin. Third one, HR. Fourth, again finance. So what does it mean? The data is there, but it is shuffled, it is jumbled, and it is not in a meaningful format or shape. That's why my boss is expecting I should do that job. Well, that is pretty clear. Now, how to do it? So basically, to arrange the data based on the department, we have to go for a data arranging tool called sorting. And sorting is a tool which will be finding at three different locations, and it arranges the data based on the data type. So if you have the text A to Z or Z to A, if you have a number smallest to largest or largest to smallest, if you have a date oldest to newest or newest to oldest, you can bring it on. So now to find out where is this sorting, if I would like to go and explore, you will be finding, as I told you, in the home tab, sorting over here, custom sort, option number one. If you go to data, here also we do have a sorting. If you go to right click on the column header, you will be finding also sorting called custom sort. So whichever it is comfortable for you, you can go for it. But if you ask me, I would always suggest go for a keyboard shortcut. So what is that keyboard shortcut for data sorting? Alt D S. Because this is one which will be doing it in 1,000 times in a day, sorting. So better go for our keyboard shortcut for sorting application. Okay. Alt D S. So select your data, keeping the cursor Control A, Alt D S, one by one. No need to struggle pressing all these things together. So confirm, are you getting sorting dialog box on the screen? Now, sort by department column. Since my boss is asking department-wise data to be arranged, so sort by department column. And what type of data it is holding? Text or alphabets. So of course, order should be A to Z or Z to A. Let it be A to Z. No need to do any changes. Now click OK. Now see the changes. What is happening? In our data set, each and every department wise data is now grouped together. Accounting at one place, finance at one place, admin at one place. So this is how we go for our data sorting. Correct? Now, when we go for our data sorting and presented our records in this format, my boss is still not happy. Why? His focus has gone to the salary area. So what he's telling now, Prabhas, data is there, you have arranged the data based on the department, but what I am interested to see is each and every department, the highest salary should be there in the top and the lowest one should be in the bottom. So that is called our multi-layer sorting or multi-level sorting. So along with the department, now we need to sort the salary too. So this will become our primary label and salary will become the secondary label. But how to do that? Select your data and go for data sorting. Shortcut Alt D S. And then already department wise sorting has happened. So this is your primary label. You should not touch this. Then we have got one more option you can see in the top left corner called add label. And when you go for add label, one more blank layer is turning up. There you get to choose as salary. And then salary, what type of data is holding? Numbers. So if numbers is placed, then what should be the order? Largest to smallest or smallest to largest. So which order boss is expecting? Largest to smallest. I can choose from the order category. And once it is done, click OK and see the beauty. Each and every department wise data is sorted, and based on the salary, if you see each and every department wise the highest salary in the top and the lowest salary is in the bottom. So please confirm all of you are getting the same. Any doubt, any queries? So this is what we have been presenting. This is what we have been doing, right? Then what is the new thing you have learned from this? So last 5 minutes, whatever we discussed, we have been doing the same. Now, whatever I stated in that last 5 minutes, is there any value additions to your knowledge? These things you are aware of. So despite of knowing that fact that you guys are aware of sorting, why did I take time to explain all these things? Anybody? Do I know you guys are aware of sorting, but still I took 5 minutes of yours and explained all these things. So Vijay is saying maybe we are doing something wrong. So did you do anything wrong? This is what you are following, right?
We can do this minimum time.
Okay, so you learned one shortcut, Alt DS, right? So that is one thing we can say, okay, we have never explored this. This could be the shortcut. So we have got the shortcut. Fine, I agreed. Now, fine, let me put it in this way. Now, we have applied sorting. We have brought the data in proper order or format or in a proper meaningful format. But when we are presenting the same, nobody from the audience side is quite happy, or neither they are giving a compliment to our work. We have never done anything wrong. What people are expecting, only we have presented the same, but still people are not happy and they are not giving a compliment to our work. Why? Now you say, now it is more precise. Yes, people. See, now you are ready to answer, because already we have discussed in our day one so many things. So if you think about it, try to recall. Did you remember the data presentation sheet? I told you something. Always try to make your data more informative and more presentable. So, whatever we did, the sorting work, it is anybody's job. Do you think or not? Yes or no? Sorting is a task which anybody can do. It's just a minimum task, right? So when anyone can do a job and you are also doing the same, do you think that it is going to create an impact in the audience mind? Never. Excuse me. So now think about it and tell me what else we could have we could have done so that our audience would have appreciated our work. Think about it, explore whatever we have learned just out of that. I'm not asking anything extraordinary to be done over here. Well, Sachin is saying data presentation. So what is that data presentation, Sachin? Could you please be more elaborative? Pramod is saying present data in proper form. Okay. Yeah, that is what you tell me what exactly it is. Present data in proper form. Pramod, what is that? Okay, Edwin's
Left,
Mhm.
right, and center allocation of the cells.
Uh, alignment. Okay. Do you think that you do the alignment and people would be happy? Suppose I go on alignment like this. Do you think that it will be adding more value?
Not
So just let me know exactly which will be giving an impact in the audience mind. Okay. Edwin is saying cell styles. Cell styles, what it does, Edwin, it is just changing the format, right? Sort the joining days and adding currency to the salary. Okay, salary, that is a good one. Salary in terms of US dollar or INR, we can do. And date of joining based if you want to add one more sorting layer, but that is how it is going to give an impact. I mean, how it is going to make a difference. See, as I told you, I gave a clue also. What you have learned in your day one only, think about that, explore it, and present it. Okay. Now, Sachin is saying salary expenditure on hybrid. Okay. Department wise total salary. That's a good one. Department wise total salary. We should present it. Yes. Then, did you remember yesterday we discussed something about format as table? We formatted, right? Format as table, light, medium, dark, and all those things we discussed. Yes, Edwin. Right? So the same thing we could have added. Now, can we express each and every employee's experience in one more column? Like if you remember, we had discussed about date diff, right? The same thing we could do it over here also. We can go for one more column stating called experience of the employees in terms of years. Don't you think it would be a value addition to the work? Right? So this is how you should explore. You should keep exploring what else I can add it so that people would be happy with my data. And the way I am presenting, it should be also more informative, right? Anyway, so we have explored all these things. So that's what I was expecting from you. You should tell me all these things. Anyway, no problem. So now you are able to connect with that, what you have learned, how to apply. Now, coming to the next. Here, why we are unable to make an impact, the reason we have understood. So now what is the bottom line? Always try to present your data in such a way it will always different from others. Then only you can stand out of the crowd. You can create an impact in the audience mind. Audience will happy to see your uniqueness in your presentation, and you can make a impact at your workplace. So now, how to make our presentation different? Same thing, whatever we discussed, we are going to do, but our presentation technique will be something different. How? Let's go for exploring the same. So please go to our dataset number 2, which is there towards your right side. Go for that. Select your data, Control A. Then go to your data sorting and sort no more by the department, sort by the salary first. Sort by the salary and choose the order, largest to smallest. Okay, so first step completed. Data has been sorted based on the salary. Is it clear? Now, step 2. Having the selection with the data, go to Home tab and Format as Table. As we discussed yesterday, always go for light or medium. Do not go for the dark one, because the more the dark color, again, file size will be more. So take one medium out of this, and the moment you click, it will take you to a dialog box. Click OK. So your data is formatted as table format. Step 2 is also completed. Please confirm. Now, once we have done with this, when you keep your cursor in the table, can you see one table design like yesterday? Today also you see the table design option is activated. Design, table design, depending upon the version of Excel. Extreme right. And there you will be finding one option naming called filter button. This checkbox is activated. You can deactivate that checkbox. Okay. Now, once you deactivate the same, and you can notice from the entire table, the filter buttons are deactivated. That's fine. Now, what you need to do, keep your cursor above to the date of joining cell and define a cell name called total. Total. So you can highlight the same with some kind of colorful applications, up to you, not mandatory, but you can do that to give a beautiful feeling to the data pattern. And keep your cursor next to the total cell and define a formula equal to, and the formula name is called subtotal. Subtotal. It's a very powerful formula and bit peculiar also. What is the peculiarity? You will be finding in the same formula itself so many formulas. So we need to go for a formula name called sum. What is the number it is assigned, people? You also can see from your screen. The moment you go for the sum formula, is it assigned 9? Yes. So you can type 9 manually in the formula, or you can double click on sum. Automatically 9 number will be embedded in the formula box. Then go for comma. Now, what is the next input? You have declared which formula to be applied, but where to apply, that we have not yet decided. So take your first cell of your salary, column, select the rest and hit enter. Immediately, you'll be finding a total is ready. 29 lakhs 11,878. So far, please confirm everybody is clear. Yes, Edwin, which one you want me to repeat?
Yeah, actually, the total value I am not getting that one.
Okay.
I am getting the first cell value only.
Okay, subtotal you have taken. Then did you check the 9 formula and then comma? And when you go for 9 formula comma, then it is asking the range. So range is your entire salary column, starting from the first salary to the last salary. And automatically this will be giving you the total. Yes. Okay, Pramod, where from which section you want me to repeat? If you can share me your screen, I can guide you, no problem. You can share your screen.
Yeah. Just
Yep. So first you have to select your data. No. Only the data. Yeah. Control A. Then go for Alt D S sorting, sort by salary, not department, sort by salary, largest to smallest, largest to smallest. Click OK. Then go to Home tab, and format as table and choose any medium category out of this. Click OK. Then go to table design in the ribbon menu, last option, table design. And immediate, there will be an option called filter button, immediate right. Just see filter button is activated. Deactivate that. Then keep your cursor above to the date of joining, above to the date of joining. There you type the cell name total. And come to the right side and type a formula equal to subtotal. Subtotal. Yeah, subtotal. No, not substitute. Subtotal. Subtotal. Then go for the formula number sum, that is called 9. Double click on that. Then comma. Click the first salary. Shift control down arrow key. Enter. Go up. So you got the same value. Okay, things are ready. No problem.
okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Welcome. Fine then. So I'm taking the control back on the screen now, and please stay focused. So far we have done is nothing but our data setup. We made it ready, whatever the supposed to be. Now, keeping your cursor anywhere in the data, in the same design or table design ribbon tab option, you will be finding one option called Insert Slicer. Insert Slicer. Go for it. And when you choose Insert Slicer, you can notice it will be giving a dialog box where the department checkbox is not activated, you can see. So just go and activate department checkbox. And the moment you click OK, with immediate effect, a box will be ready. So hold that box with the department name, department header, and arrange it next to the data like this. That's it. Now, if my boss is asking me, Prabhas, please show me HR data, I will go and click on this human resource button from the department. Only HR data will be displayed on the screen. And what is the total salary of HR? Is it appearing in the top? Yes. What is the highest salary in HR? Is it the first line? Yes. What is the lowest salary? Is it in the bottom line? Yes. Similarly, What is the data for administration? I can go and click. This is admin data. Finance data is available. If my boss happens to see admin and HR together, so click admin, holding the control button, click HR also, and immediately admin and HR record both will be displayed. Now, once your data presentation is over, you can restore your data by simply clicking on in the top right corner of the department box naming called clear filter, and data will be restored. Now you tell me, if you keep yourself in the audience side, which one you prefer to see, option 1 or option 2? So anybody will prefer to see option number 2. So this is how people, nothing much we have done. Same thing, whatever we were discussing in our setup 1, same thing we did. But people will love to see this, and our presentation is going to be different from this point. So this is how always try to present your data differently. Then only you can stand out of the crowd. So check it out. Any problem or any queries from anybody? All right then. So kindly save all your workbooks. With this, we'll go for a short break of 15 minutes. So in my system, it is 4:15 dot 4:13, that is 4:30. We'll catch up again. So have a brisk, come back soon. We'll discuss the rest. So I believe everybody is back. Could you please respond in the chat box? Why for yes? All right. So now we're going to discuss the next sheet is called multi-DB filter. So multi-database filter. DB stands for database. Okay. So now let me first take you through the data, what we have with us, and then what is the requirement and how to deal with the same. We are going to discuss. Suppose say I have got two plants data. Now this is suppose say plant 1, okay, and this is my plant 2. What is the data we have? Region wise, these are the products we have sold in the last 4 months. This is the revenue we have generated. Now what my boss is saying, that Prabhas, I want to see from plant 1 only Karnataka region related records, and plant 2 only April month record. I repeat, from plant 1 he wants to see only Karnataka records, and from plan 2 he wants to see only April month record. So if I supposed to present that, then how will I present it? Anybody? Hope the question is clear. Two different plants data is there. From one plant Karnataka, other plant only April. Yes, people. Whatever things comes to your mind, you can share, no problem. If you have understood what to be done and how to do it. Yes, Anirudh, what's the thing you're
Insert slicers, the way we did earlier.
Insert slicer. See, what is the need first? Try to understand. We have got the huge data. Again, we are looking for some specific result. We need to go for filter, right?
Yeah, correct.
So what I'll do, I'll go to first my region Karnataka from plant 1. I'll go for filter. I'll go for filter by selected by cell value. Done. So plant 1 data, whatever my boss is looking at, only Karnataka related regions records is displayed. Done. Now plan 2, April month record. I'll go for April, right click, and I'll go for filter and selected by cell value. What happens? Can you see on my screen, people? When I go for one filter of one data set and I go for the next data set to filter with, the first one is getting deactivated. So what you have understood from the entire exercise, that if you have more than one data set in one Excel sheet, filter can be applied only with one. Because filter is a toggle key. Toggle key in the sense, same key to on, same key to off, like our switch. This is called toggle key, switch on and switch off. Similarly, Control Shift L or your filter. First impressions to activate filter, second impressions to deactivate filter. So this is the reason why we cannot apply filter over here at this state. And this was a major concern since 1985 till 2003 version of Microsoft Excel. People used to struggle. But right now we are working with the higher versions of Excel, so this is no more a problem. I'll tell you how. How to solve this problem, how to bring when you have multiple data sets in place, how to showcase the data by application of filter, I'll tell you. So we can just simply play a trick. What is the trick? Just say, keep your cursor anywhere in the plant 1 data, select plant 1 data, and convert your data into table. And to convert your data into table, Control T, T for Tango, T for table. So when you go for Control T, can you see a dialog box appears? Click OK. So you got your plant 1 data converted into table. So right now, going to region, which region data my boss is expecting is Karnataka. Done. Now go to plant dataset number 2 and right click on April, filter, select by cell value. Done. See, 5 minutes back, we are unable to apply filter by playing a simple trick by converting the data into table. We could showcase many more information, multiple data sets information in one worksheet. So this is again one more advantage of your format as table option. Check, is it working? Right. So this will be very, very helpful, people. Whenever you want to showcase multiple regions data, multiple product wise data, multiple cost center wise data, everything in one interface, you can work it out. So any questions from anybody?
So if we have 3 tables like this, will it still work for 3 tables or?
Of course, n number of more than one table data if you are looking for. So you have to convert the data into table. That's it, the rule.
Okay.
So any questions? Yes, Monica, select your data and go for Control T. Control T, T for Tango. So Control with T when you press, it will convert into table. Click OK and go to region and just filter over there. Okay, with only Karnataka. Then come to dataset number 2 and over here you can go for only April month to be filtered with. So you will be able to filter it out. Okay. Now, let's go for our next sheet, naming called. Okay, so for table, we cannot filter through right click process. No, you can't, because when it's converted to table, right click options will be not be working properly. So this is the reason why you have to go by the filter buttons. In that case, you can ask me a question. If I go for filter buttons, how to navigate through the keyboard shortcuts, then I would help you see the beauty. So I have to go to my region. To open the filter button, Alt down arrow key to help you to open the filter button. You need to just go for the search. So instead of taking your mouse help and clicking on the search box, how to activate the search through keyboard shortcuts? See, on your alphabet button, press E. So when you press E, automatically your search box will be activated. And there you type first three key letters, KAR, hit enter. So this is how through keyboard shortcut you can apply filter if it is in table. Okay, Vijay? Hope it is clear. Right. Now we'll go for people. The next sheet, naming called data visualization. Okay. So so far, what we have been doing, we have discussed so many formulas, functions, data analytical tools, data cleansing options, and one artificial intelligence tools, and presenting your information, arranging the data, and working with multiple filters. So many things we have discussed so far, correct? But we are always playing around with the numbers, isn't it? So now the time has come when you are presenting your boring numbers. Up to a certain extent only people would be happy. A few segment of the people, they will be happy because they are really interested watching your boring numbers in terms of billions, millions, lakhs and crores. But when the data goes to the next level, they're expecting something more, and they don't have the time to go through your billions, millions, or lakhs and crores. So they want to have a instant information, and that will be definitely an add-on to the data, and people in no time they will understand what you are trying to express. And for that, we need to visualize our data. So when it comes to the visualization part of our data, what is the first thing it comes to our mind? If I'm not wrong, charts and graphs. Do you agree? Yes, Edwin, Vijay, Anirudh, right? So we are not going to discuss the charts and graphs. We are not going to discuss the charts and graphs. Why? The reason is charts and graphs always occupies a lot of space, and it is again taking a lot of time to present your data in the format of a chart. We need to do a lot of formattings, this and all. So that's why what are the other visualization techniques we have in our Excel? We are going to explore it. All right. So now start working with our situation one. So we have got, suppose say some products details and how much revenue we have made, we got the information. Now this is what my boss asked. So what I did, whatever the product wise, month wise Excel sheets I have created, everything I have opened and consolidate. This is the final summary I have made. All right. Now, when I'm presenting the same to the people, they will definitely not like it. Yes. So how to make it more even better? Let's go for that. So keep your cursor next to USD column and define a cell name called visual and expand the column a bit. So do it along with me, please. Create a new column, naming called visual, and expand the column a bit. All right. So now, once we have done with this, kindly select the visual column cells as I selected and go for immediately equal to and take the reference from the USD column Then go for Control Enter. So you'll be having the similar data, just like USD column what you have, you will be having the similar data on the visual column. Okay. Now, you can ask me a question, Prabhas, you should have gone for copying and pasting directly. Why did you take a long route? The reason is, tomorrow when you do the changes in the USD, you don't need to go and again do the copy paste work in the visual. Since it is formula driven, automatically the data will get updated. That's why we kept it with a formula reference. Okay. Now, having said this, having the selection with the visual column, go to the Home tab and go to Conditional Formatting. There we have an option called Data Bars, and it opens with two broad categories, naming called Gradient Fill or Solid Fill. So this solid fill was there up to, 2007, it was there only solid fill. But 2010 onwards, we have got gradient fill also added in this category. So we can choose one gradient fill out of this, say this kind of green, light blue data bar. I like the most, I can take it. Whichever you like the most, you can take it. There is no hard and fast rule. And the moment I take it, what kind of feeling you are getting? Yes, people, just look at your screen and tell me. When you go and apply the same, what kind of feeling you are getting? More or less gives a feel of a bar chart. What say? Whatever it is there, is it giving a feel of a bar chart? Isn't it? Right. Now, just wait for a while. Let us discuss something on this point. Though it looks like a bar chart, but how it is different from a bar chart. See, when you create a bar chart, the data will be in one location, bar chart will be in another location. Whereas here, the bars are exclusively applied on the cells. Advantage number one. Advantage number two, when you create a bar chart, it occupies a lot of space. Whereas these bars are exclusively, hardly it is going to occupy in KBs, like a font, how much space it is occupying. Similarly, 1 KB, 2 KB, or max to max 5 KB space only it is going to occupy. That's the beauty. And here, whatever we did so far, anybody can do that. Don't you think so? Like selecting the data, going to home, conditional formatting, data bars. Anybody can do that. So what I have been always emphasizing upon, whenever you are presenting your own data, make sure your data is different or your presentation is different from others. How? Just say, select your visuals completely, just the visual cells, not the header. And remember one thing, any point of time to see any particular conditional formatting backstage view, you should go to Home, Conditional Formatting, and option over here, Manage Rules. And when you go for Manage Rules, the dialog box comes up. Go for Edit Rule. And when you go for Edit Rule, this is the place where you can customize the rule. You can change the color of the bar, you can define the outline, you can do all whatever the necessary things needed, you can do it over here. What I would like to suggest is, in this, there is an option called Show Bar Only. A checkbox is not activated, you can activate the same and click OK. Again, click OK. And see the beauty now. Those who wants to see the data, they can focus on the USD column. Those who wants to make an immediate impression, they can look at the visuals. So if you look at visuals, instantly it is also giving you the result. So from which category we have made the maximum revenue? From category 12. From which category we got the least revenue? From category 10. Anybody can make out, even though Lehman is also sitting. Don't you think so? Right, people? So this is how we have understood how this data bars options, whatever we discussed, playing a great role. And nowadays, this is what mostly in demand. Any dashboards, any reports you see, you'll be finding this kind of visuals the most. Okay. Now, just 1 minute, watch my screen. When you make the things better in Excel, if at all people are happy watching the same, suppose my boss wants me, okay, Prabhas, why don't you present the same in PowerPoint? You don't need to struggle in PowerPoint. See, I'll just copy the data, I'll go to PowerPoint over here, and what I need to do, Max, I need to go for presenting the same just in the format of a picture. So I'll go for right click, I'll go for picture. And this is going to add more value. And when I'm going to present it in the format over here, just see, it will be giving the neat and clean look over here. And how people are going to be, appreciating our work is because of this place. This kind of visuals, whatever we are populating, okay, this is what Excel's property. You will never find such kind of high definition colors or this kind of formatting patterns in PowerPoint. So since we have made the things better, that is what it is giving a better view in your slide also, right? So this is how we have understood how this data bar style, the moment you go for this, how it is working for us. And if you make the things better in Excel, how it is beneficial for PowerPoint with no time, we could express our data, we got a clarity. Any questions as such before proceeding further? Right. I'll tell you one more thing. Just please stay focused. Okay. Nowadays, the audience is having a different level of expectation. So when you present your data as it is, nobody likes it. What they're expecting, audience, what it is expecting, that you should present your data in such a way it should tell a beautiful story to the people. So data presentation in terms of a storytelling format is very, very essential in today's world. There was a time when you were presenting your numbers and people were quite satisfied and they were quite happy. But nowadays, a lot of expectation around. So you have to exceed that expectation. How? Just see. I'll tell you. 1 minute, watch my screen. I will select my product and USD. I will go for my data sorting. Sort by USD column, order largest to smallest. The moment I click OK, can you see it is turning up with a beautiful story? So what is the story? That anybody, whoever is watching my data, he can make out from category 12, we have made the maximum revenue. From category 18, we made the least revenue. And the same when I'm going to present it in my PowerPoint, I don't need to struggle again. So I can simply go for over here, image, and the moment I'm presenting it, just see, being a audience, if you want to look out, which one you will prefer to see, option 1 or option 2? Obviously, anybody's choice would be option 2. So small things makes a huge impact, people. So this is how always try to give more importance to your presentations part as well. Creating the numbers, consolidating the reports, creating a beautiful table, that alone is not enough. What are the add-ons I can give it with my data? How it will be more informative? How will be adding more appeal to the data? How my audience is going to be satisfied by watching this? All these things you have to look into. All right. So this is how we have understood in our situation 1 how to add more visual impact to the data to make it more meaningful and to make it more enriching over there. Any questions? See, this is not only just features are there, I am just telling you, okay? I will also take you through, no need to do anything, just look at my screen for information. These things, how nowadays the consultants of the Big Fours, McKinsey & Co, Bain & Company, the renowned consultants or the investment consulting firms or the service consulting firms globally, worldwide, they have gained the popularity by presenting something like this. I would like to show one example to you right now. Just watch my screen. No need to do anything. Just watch my screen. Okay. See, can you make out? Risk attributes are there and percent is also available. So this is what the circles added to add more beauty. This is one. If you look at the rankings, total score based on the rankings, so rankings, how it is provided. If it is a fourth ranking out of 1 and 10, so fourth circle alone is highlighted. So this is how you see nowadays most of the big four presentations or McKinsey presentations, it is filled with many more such kind of visuals, because nowadays the era has come, people talk about more into the infographic presentations. So what is the meaning by infographic? The pictures, the symbols, the styles, or the icons, whatever you are using, that should tell the story. Rather, you should be there personally to explain what is what. Your picture should tell the story. All right. So now you're able to connect, got some clarity, got some idea how to make your data more meaningful, beautiful over there. Right, people? All right. Now I will take you through one more beauty of doing this. Just have a look at my screen, please. See, if you look at our bars, how is the direction? Always starting from the left, moving to the right. So direction is left to right, correct? Yes. Why it is always left to right? Because the data is positive. What if I have a negative? Order should be different, opposite, right to left. And if at all negative is there, what should be the color of the bar? Should be red. That's what the practice we have. Just see the beauty. Suppose category 3, I have got some negative data, minus 4500. See the beauty. With instant effect, it will be taking the other way around. Like taking the data in the reverse direction from right to left, and the format, the color is red. Well, Pramod is saying voice is not clear. Anybody is facing any issues with regard to my voice, people? Is it breaking or it is not a continuous data packet transfer? Okay, Pramod, you can check out your internet connectivity. If the problem is persisting, please log out and log in again. So it will be, yeah. So probably from your side, the internet connectivity, there might be some disturbances. So check it out, because from my side, everything is clear. I'm ensuring about that. And other people are also not facing any issue. So from that, it is giving it clarity. Anyway, so this is what people you can make out. The inbuilt features are available in this data bar style. If at all any negative is turned up, it will be highlighting with that options. So that's how I told you this situation one, how this data bar style is playing a great role in terms of our data visuals presentations. We have seen that. Now we'll see our situation number 2. Same dataset category wise USD is there. Now we are going to explore what are the other visual options we have in our Excel to present our data effectively. All right. So let's see. Keep your cursor next to the USD column and name it as visual. Okay. Expand the column a bit as I did. Now select your USD column data. Okay. And then go to our insert. There is an option called sparkline. 3 different types of sparklines would be there. Line, column, win or loss. Able to see, people? Just confirm. Right? So now we are going to deal with one type of sparkline naming called column. So when I go for this column sparkline, what it gives me? It gives me a dialog box asking that where is the data? Data is already selected. Where is the location? Location, we have to take the visual column first cell. And when I took the visual column first cell, if I click OK, some kind of visual impressions will be turning up, but that is not so clear. So what will I do? I will go and select the rest of the cells along with that. Don't drag it. If you drag, meaning will be different. Select. Select all the cells along with the first cell, which is called visual cell. And go to your home tab, merge them. So we have an option called merge and center. You can merge them. And the moment you go for this, can you see? A beautiful visual turns up, more or less gives a feel of a column chart as if created. But I told you, whenever you go for your data presentation, make sure your data speaks a beautiful story to the audience. How? Selecting category and USD and go for data sorting and sort your data based on the USD column. Order, choose largest to smallest. And the moment you go for this, a beautiful story turns up. From category 12, maximum revenue, the first column, the highest column. From category 4, the least revenue, the last column, the least one height. Now, what is this option about? Where do we find? We go to insert. Option name is spark lines. Which is the style? Style is the column one. All right, people, just check. Is it working for you? Any doubt, any queries as such?
Sir, after placing the first one, how do we get the next paragraph?
This one you are talking about, correct?
I've got the first one, but how do I convert it to this one that you currently have?
Right. You need to select category and USD.
Okay.
Then go for data sorting. Sort by USD. Yeah.
No, I was telling I have the column in the first next to the first option. Next to category 1, I have that visual. As in the previous chart that
No,
you had when
you share your screen. Let me have a look. What is that you are?
Okay, one second.
Yeah.
Sir, while sharing screen, should I click on desktop or window?
Desktop.
Okay, this is giving me an option desktop/window.
What is the other option? Entire screen.
It is just desktop/window.
Okay, anything, no problem. Just go for desktop. Desktop/desktop.
Is it visible? Okay, should I have to put window, right?
No. Go for desktop only. Window means the only specific window will be displayed. So the other dialog box launchers will be missing.
Okay, so I'm getting 3 options: entire screen, window,
Entire
and
screen.
tab.
Entire screen.
Entire screen. Okay. Okay, but it is not able to share the video. The option is disabled for some reason. Share option.
Share option disabled. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just tell you what my doubt is. So, like, you have this graph here, right? That the one you have. Before that, there was a you had actually gone to the options and selected column, right? In
right.
Under Sparkline,
right.
You selected column.
Right.
Okay, I've done that step. After that, yeah. Now, how do I convert this to the other?
So as I understand, you got this much, correct? This first
correct.
cell is having the visuals in place, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Now you have to select along with this rest of the cells.
Okay.
Then go to Home tab, Merge and Center.
Okay, got it.
Right. Then you got to select category and USD column both.
Okay.
And go for data sorting.
All right.
Then sort by USD column, order largest to smallest.
Okay, got it.
Then
that was my doubt.
Yeah, then it will be giving a beautiful story.
Okay, sir, I got it. Thank you.
Right, welcome. All right, so this is about our insert menu, and option is spark lines, and there we have discussed about column spark line. So I believe everyone is clear whatever we discussed over here so far. Any doubt or queries running in your mind? So these things, people, you have to practice and you have to keep using. Just don't expect that people will demand, then you will go and implement. From your side, you start, excuse me, from your side, you start sending your data, having the application with all these things. And trust me, people will love to see. And somewhat the other people will ask you, how did you create this? How did you do this? That's what we want. People should ask us. All right. So any questions? All clear? So anything is running in your mind, any kind of questions at this state, you must have. You must have a question. Okay. Since you did not ask me, don't you think that a question running in your mind that can we add some data labels like respective values? Can we add with each and every column like the other charts we used to see? Don't you expect all these things from this? Or can't we name it the like series titles and axis titles, chart titles, something, or define the value in terms of millions, billions, all these things? So if you are expecting such things, that is not possible. So those things are available only in the charts. So these options are meant only for the visuals. You can't have such kind of data labels, access titles, chart titles, legends. So such kind of sophistications is not available over here. Microsoft is also very clever. If you are able to do all these things over here, nobody is going to ask about the charts. So that's why they have retained some options over there only. All right. But one thing to give a add-on to this, I can help you out. The highest column we can customize in color green. The lowest one we can customize in color red. That is possible. That can be done. But how? I'll tell you. Just see. Keeping the cursor in that visual cell, if you look at, there will be an exclusive tab called Sparkline, Tools, Design. Depending upon the versions, it will be turning up. Can you see? In the extreme right of the ribbon tab, it is turning up. There are two options, naming called sparkline color and marker color. I repeat, sparkline color and marker color. Go for the marker color. Don't go for the sparkline color. Within the marker color, a high point is there to customize something. And again, marker color, a low point is also there. You can customize to red. So this is how when you do it with immediate effect, you can notice your highest and lowest column is separated. So it will be easily identified now. So please confirm you're able to customize this. All right. So now What can be done? Just let's have a look. As I told you, all the columns are always, again, this is what appearing from the axis to the up because the value is positive. What if you have a negative at any point of time? We know it should be below to the axis. If it is negative, what should be the color of that column? Should be red. Just see. If I go to my category 3 and I make some changes with negative, say 4,500, can you see with immediate effect, it is changing the direction below to the axis, it is populating. So it is adding the, it is immediately grabbing the audience attentions also, wherever the negative, it is giving the proper feel so that audience can make out with no time. So that's what the beauty of our spark lines. So one, we have understood data bars, the other one, spark lines. So situation 1, situation 2, we are clear. Can I take that? All right. Now, let's go to one more situation. So far, what we were doing exactly is taking only 1 year data, we were presenting the record. So now, what if you have some historical data to compare with? So taking more than year data, so compared to last year to this year, if such kind of comparison you want to make it and showcase that information, how will you present it effectively? We are going to discuss. So we have got same category wise now 2019 and 2020 data with us. Okay. So keep your cursor after 2020 and insert a column. What is the shortcut? Alt-IC. And to repeat the last step, F4. So Alt-IC once, then go for F4 to repeat the last step. So 2 columns will be populated. Now, once we have done with this over here, the column after 2020, keep your cursor and define a column name called growth. So growth column, what should be the formula? Basic mathematics, anybody?
2020 minus 2019.
Simple, 2020 minus 2019. And the same we can apply for the rest. Double click on the fill handle. So our growth column is ready. Now we'll go for our visual column. So visual column you select and go for equal to taking the reference from the growth column and hit Control Enter. Now, once we got our data ready in the visual column, select your visual column data only, just the data only, not the header. Okay. So now we are going to discuss what are the other visuals options we do have to present our data differently. So you can go to Home tab, conditional formatting. There is an option called icon sets. Okay. So when you go for that, it opens up with 4 broad categories like directionals, shapes, indicators, ratings. Correct. Now, it is up to you which rule I should take from these 4 options. It is up to you depending upon your data. There is no hard and fast rule, but if you ask me, Prabhas, what's your best recommendation? I would say if you are more working with your project related activities, okay, you should go for shapes and indicators. That will be more suitable and ideal. If you are working more with your text related activities like say your assessment template, or you're collecting your feedback forms or balance scorecard template where you are dealing with yes, no, maybe, excellent, poor, average, good, all this kind of text related answers where you are dealing more, you should use this kind of ratings kind of options. If you are always more working with the numbers, you should go for the directional, like you are working with your accounts, finance, sales, marketing, production planning, wherever you are dealing the numbers the most, or HR, then you can go for these options. But again, there is no such kind of hard and fast rule. There is no such kind of tutorial Microsoft has ever designed to follow these techniques. Fine. From this, I will go for the first one, say directional. I'll go for the first one. And when I click, can you notice this is immediately applying some beautiful icons to each and every cell. So let's go and analyze that. Green color up icon, what does it mean? Compared to last year, volume is increasing. Red color down arrow key, compared to last year, volume is decreasing. How about the yellow color icon, if you look at? Are you getting any message from the yellow color? Anybody? Yes, people, what is the information you are getting from the yellow color icons? Is it conveying any message properly to you? Less growth, less degrowth, Vijay, what is that meaning? See, yellow color is having positive and negative as well. So less growth and degrowth, less and more, how you will differentiate that? Either two things, either increase or decrease. We cannot say less increase or less decrease or more decrease. There is no such kind of...
Stable?
Sorry?
Stable?
What is the meaning by stable? How a stable can be positive and negative both? It can be either of one.
Yeah.
So this is what the problem. What's the problem? Icon sets you cannot apply as it is. You need to customize. So how to customize? Just see. Make a very simple rule. Compared to last year, if volume is increasing, green color up arrow key. If it is decreasing, red color down arrow key. In case any point of time, if it remains the same, there is no growth or degrowth. If the value remains the same for both the years, then yellow color icon key. Then it makes sense. Very pretty clear to understand. Nobody will be confused, isn't it? Yes, people, are you following what I'm saying now? If I present as it is, rather giving a information, it is creating a lot of confusion in the audience mind. But if I go and present something like this, what I stated in the theoretically over here, if I need to customize, then it will be pretty clear. So how to do that? Let's go and do it. Select your visual column data, whatever you have applied the visuals. Go to Home tab. I told you, whenever you have a conditional formatting, to see the backstage rule, you have to go for conditional formatting, manage rules option. And when you go to the manage rule options over here, okay, edit rule options will turn up in the dialog box. And this is the place where we need to customize the rule. So first rule, what we need to customize, just have a look. Please stay focused on my screen, okay? In this, what it is saying, the data type, it is showing as percent, but technically our data is there in number. So this is the first change you need to do, number. Again, the second data type percent is showing, need to change in number. Fine. Rest of rules automatically set. Now, first rule, what it says now, green color icon will be applied when value is greater than equal to 0. I don't want greater than equal to 0. It should be only greater than. So click the drop down and go for greater than. These are the changes you have to make. And finally, don't forget, there is an option called show icon only. Checkbox needs to be activated. And click OK. Again, click OK and see the beauty. With immediate effect, you will be getting your icons ready. So wherever it is positive compared to last year, green color icon key. Wherever it is going down, or decreasing the revenue, it is going for the red color down arrow key. Check. Are you getting the same? Now it makes sense. All right. So as I told you, when you are presenting your data, do not present as it is. Always care for your story part. So how to make a proper story? Just see this kind of data, how you should present it. So I will take this 4 columns: category, 2019, 2020 growth, and I'll go for data sorting. Sort by, I'll go with the growth column, and order, I'll choose largest to smallest and click OK. And see the beauty now. What it is showing, we are making the entire story in a presentation something different. So wherever, in whichever the product we have got the maximum revenue or it is in increasing trend, we are showing first to the people to give a positive feeling, to give a better feeling and making them satisfied. Wherever we are not doing well, that we are presenting separately in the bottom. So that later if you want, okay, we are going to analyze the situation, why this product is not doing good, whether it is not as significant, not there is no potential market demand, what exactly the reason, that will be later analyzing it. But presentation, when you're making it, that when you're presenting something like this, people will love to see this and this, because people don't have time to go through your boring numbers. All right. So this is called your icon sets. Where it is available? It's available in our home, isn't it? Then we go for conditional formatting. Then we go for our icon sets. So kindly check and confirm, is it working? Any doubt, any queries? So all clear, people? Can we go for the next? All right. So now I am going to take you through what are the other visuals we do have and how to make the things better. So here, say, we have got department-wise headcounts. Okay. Now I am going to present the same to the audience. I'll tell you nowadays which is most popular things in our corporate world. I'll show you something. No need to do anything, just watch my screen. See, nowadays this kind of visuals more popular. You can see that red color visuals or the blue color one. So when it is related something to human being or our human capital, we call it as over there, then those images, this kind of dashboard presentation or this kind of presentations always plays a great role. And this is what nowadays gained more popularity in the corporate world. So now looking at the same, no doubt, it looks so good. But is it really created or designed in Microsoft Excel? That is what our question. Yes, this kind of things is created in Microsoft Excel only. This is one. I'll tell you one more. If you see some financial data, like suppose say you have got some revenue data and all, this is what nowadays more popular. I'll show you. Yeah. This kind of dollar back kind of icons, it is again more popular. So now the question is, looking at the same, we are pretty happy. But again, the question mark running in your mind, how to design all such kind of things. Do you agree? So now we are going to discuss something on that point. How to create, how to design something like this. So first, we'll go for that human icon. I'll tell you. Just see. So here, if I look at, okay, in the insert menu, you'll be finding one option called a green color icon kind of stuff, naming called people graph. People graph. Okay. So this option is available since 2013 and above. But if you are working with your office laptop, sometimes your office administrator rights will not be there to activate this add-in. So don't be panic. This is because of your office server license, nothing else. If it is your personal laptop, definitely this will be there. Or if you're working with 2013 and this is not there, then your license is not activated. You may be working with your trial license. Okay. I'll take you through now. Just watch my screen. So going to people graph, immediately it will be trying to upload this. See, update now, people graph. I'll go for that since I have not updated. Okay. Now this is ready. Can see now? But this is taking its own data. So how to connect with my data? Just have a look. When I have this application loaded in the top right corner, there will be two icons will be turning up. Two icons. Just see. So this is called one data icon. This is called settings icon. So I need to go to data icon. So when I go for data icon, this is the place where I can select or set a title. Suppose say this is about my head counts. Now, where is the data? Select your data button is there. I will click that and I will connect with my data. How? I will just select only the data points like this and see immediately it will show how many columns and rows I have selected. How many columns and rows I have selected. And I need to go and click this create button. That's it. So how will I create that? Just click on this. Now this will be ready. Now can you see the entire data, whatever we had, automatically it is populating over here. So this is how this kind of add-ins also plays a very big role in terms of visuals. And you can take the same to your PowerPoint also. You can present it as an image and that will be adding a different meaning to your slides as well. Just check it out. Is it working? Insert people graph.
Because for me, there is no add-ins.
Yeah, could you please share your screen? Let me have a look first.
Yeah.
Okay, you go for get add-ins. Get add-ins. There you type people graph in the search box. Type people graph. Just type people. Just type people. Enter. Hit enter. Yeah. So the first one, go and click on add. Yes, continue. Yeah. Now go for the first icon in the top left. Click on that. No, 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 not there, not there, not there.
Yeah.
Same only. There were two icons were coming out. First one. Yeah. Change the name. No, no, change the name. In the title, change the name. As I changed the head count, you can name something, whatever you like. Right. Now go for select your data and select starting from HR till the last value. Yes. And click create. Right.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Now, if you remember, I showed you If you remembered, I showed you something like this kind of dollar bag icons for the revenue data or something related to currency or something you want to showcase. How will I showcase that? Just see. I will go to same my applications called audience called people graph. I told you one more icon was there, right? Settings. So I'll go and navigate through settings. There is an option called shape within that. And in this shape, if I see there is a dollar bag icons also there, I can go for it. And immediately this will be telling a beautiful story. So this is how you can give always something different to the audience and people will be mesmerized with your presentation. Trust me. So up to you. Presentation is an art. How you are presenting yourself. That's your art you have to polish. But techniques remains the same as I told you. So you can always explore, navigate, you can integrate with your data, and you can present it effectively. Correct? So situation 4, hope it is clear. Any doubt, any queries, people, anybody? So how to visualize our data? So 4 options we have discussed. One is data bars. Second, spark lines. Third, icon sets. Fourth, our add-ins called people graph. Yes, people, any questions? Can we go for small exercise? Let's go and create something. Okay. Let's do one thing. This situation 3, just take category and 2019. Just take that. Copy that. And leaving some 2-3 rows down, paste it. Okay. Now suppose say this is what our revenue data, you can make it as the header USD. Okay. Now here, above to that, I'm setting a target for you. So this is my target cell. Okay. So please confirm your data is ready the way I'm showing it. All right. So now please stay attentive and listen what is the ask, what is the exercise you need to do. Whatever the target I set over here, whatever the target I set in this yellow color, in this USD column, anything above than the target should be highlighted with green. Anything less than the target should be highlighted with red. That is what the objective. Okay. Now say, for example, if I set my target over here, say 3000, okay, wherever it is more than 3000, like these cases should be highlighted in green color. and rest of the cells should be highlighted with red color. And you should design something. Whenever I do the changes in the values, automatically this will be changing. So I should not go and again keep changing the uh, pattern or the rules over there. So it should be dynamic. Okay. So please do that. So I'm making the rules precise. Greater than target green, less than target red. So have you come across any kind of situation like this? Is it needed or not? It's not like something I'm asking question and you have to give an attempt. You have to also correlate at your workplace. Yes, this kind of situations are coming up most of the time, and we have never realized that how to present it. We always do the things manually. Yes, Edwin, could you please share your screen? So those who have done, you can share your screen. We can have a look. Okay, very good. Yes, Edwin. Change it to 4,000. The target, change it to 4,000. No, no, not here, not here. Only the target value, that yellow color cells to be changed. So below 4,000, see 3864, 2799. These are not getting red. Right? Yes. Anybody else who has done that? You can share your screen, people. These things are pretty needed when you go for the dashboard creations and summary table designing or template designing cases. You have to know all these things. See, static form of data, anybody can, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can do that. How you are going to make your report different when things are become dynamic? And to make the things dynamic, these things are very much needed. All right. So here, what say? Would you like to try more, or should I say that how to do? Choice is yours. Yes, people. Okay, Vijay is saying not able to do. Fine, no problem. I appreciate your honest answer. Okay, no problem. Yes, Anirudh, what's your status?
Sir, I'm trying to put Sparkline, but it is saying this reference cell is not valid or something. If I get that one step, then I can do the manage rules thing.
Okay, fine. Monica, what's your status? I guess she's not there or there. Yes, Monica is there.
Actually, I got panicked because I was disconnected, so I'm not able to do.
Okay, no problem. Fine then, people. So whatever the things you tried and what you are going to witness now, you can see where is the things wrong, gone wrong, or what is the mistake you have committed. You can rectify that. So I'm not going to the individual screen. So you please watch my screen, how to do such kind of presentations over there. See, first of all, whatever the things you have got the data, we need to select. Okay, where we need to apply such kind of rules. So I need to select. Okay, so our objective is wherever the respective cells, what we have selected, the value is greater than the target, it should be in the green color. That is what we are going to achieve now. What we can do to go for such kind of conditional or formatting rules, we need to go for a new rule. We cannot work with the existing rule because things has to be dynamic. When you have a static things to be done, you can go for highlight cell rules, greater than, less than, all these things you can do. But when you have things of dynamic, you have to go for your own rule, new rule. So let's go for new rule. Now in this new rule, you will see one option called use a formula to determine which cells to format. I'm highlighting, you can check. Okay, so when you go and select, a formula bar box will be open for you where you need to customize the formula. And what is supposed to be the formula? See, I'll go for is equal to if bracket open. Okay, if this cell, the first one from our USD column, when I select, can you see it is automatically applying $2 symbol, one before the column, one before the row. So it is trying to make this cell lock. So I don't want to just apply the rule only for a cell. I want to apply for the entire selected array, right? So instead of locking a cell, we should make it a general cell. How? By keep hitting your F4 key and neutralize the cell. So keep hitting F4 key. When you find your all the dollar symbols have been removed, you have to stop there. Okay. So what we did, selecting our USD column data, going to home, conditional formatting, going for a new rule, use a formula to determine which cells to format, going for typing a formula equal to if bracket open, the first cell only showing the reference, no dollar symbol. If it is greater than, just type the greater than symbol and target cell. So when I go for target cell, again it applies a locking. So no need to worry about the target cell locking because target has to be locked only. So that is the only cell where we are defining the value. Now, if this is more than this, comma, what we want conditional formatting to be applied. We want conditional formatting to be applied for that one. So one is nothing but switch on in your logical calculations or language or conditional formatting rules. One means switch on the conditional formatting. If this is true, comma. If this is not true, what does it mean? Like USD value is not more than the target, then switch off zero conditional formatting. So one to switch on, zero to switch off, nothing else. So this is what the formula we had applied. Okay. Now, if this is true, then what is the format? The format should be cell color should be green. Okay. So what you can do, see, there is a format option over here. You can click on that and fill color. Choose green. If you want font color to change also, there is a font tab also available. Go for bold and make it color over here if you wish. This is not mandatory, optional. And now click OK. So once you click OK, and the formatting is ready. So when this condition is going to be satisfied, the formatting will be like this. Okay. So I believe so far it is clear. Now the moment you click OK and see the beauty. So why it is happening over here, all the conditions green? Because the value is nothing. Now if I go and change or define a set or value, suppose a 3000. So anything above 3000 only will be highlighted in green. If I go for 4000, so anything above 4000 only highlighted will be green. All right. So that is how you can make your things dynamic. So I told you one rule. Now you just set it across the next rule also. If it is less than the target red, right? So able to do that, people? So wherever green is not there, it should be red. That is what the lemon terms we can say also. Same thing, you can select going to home, conditional formatting, new rules, determine which cells to format. Logic should be reverse. Going to is equal to if, taking the value, open the bracket, taking the value, and then neutralize the cell. Don't have any locking over here. Less than your target cell. So if this is true, again 1 comma 0 for switch on and switch off conditional formatting. And formatting you can make it on with over here fill color red, and font color if you wish you can make it bold, okay, and color white. So now you see. Now if I go and make it of 3800, anything there? 3800, yes. So this is how things will be more dynamic. All right. So keep trying all these things or like this, whatever you have learned. And if at all any challenges are there, I told you we have that group created for that reason only. So you can keep asking your questions, and you have also the right voluntarily. If you're willing to answer, also you can do that. There is no restrictions or limitations only for the admin purpose. But if it is remain unanswered, I'll be definitely stepping in and I'll help you out with that. So this is it from our day two side, people. Any doubt, any queries from the day? So again, I'm repeating the next class when you step in, please practice day one, day two, whatever you have learned, because day three, day four, again, we are going to use certain techniques over there. All right. So you have got enough time, 1 week gap. So utilize it properly. And when you try to implement the same at your workplace, if you find any challenges, make a note of that. We'll discuss that even. And day three agenda will be completely focusing with our data summarization and analysis. Like when you have a huge data chunk or from SAP or ERP, you download the data, how to arrange, I mean, how to interpret the data depending upon the target audience, how to analyze the data like a professional, and what are the other drill down features we have in pivot table, and how to use the same, and how to create a dashboard in pivot table, how to connect multiple data or pivot table data in one interface and make it more dynamic. All these things we are going to discuss in our day three. Okay. And day four agenda would be all the necessary formulas, functions, and charts and graphs. So that will be our next week agenda. All right. So any doubt, any queries from the day two, people? Hope it was also informative and fruitful investment.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Could you please show me how to put that the visual, because I was trying to do it in a visual format instead of the format that you just showed using a formula. So I was unable to get that reference cell or something when I was trying to put. I mean, when I selected the data and then when I was trying to put that.
No. Which one? No, Sparkline. You can't do it. You can't do it. Sparkline. Sparkline cannot be connected like that. So that's the reason why we have gone for conditional formatting. You cannot do it through the Sparklines.
Okay, but could you just show me once how to do that Sparkline once again?
Sparkline, which one? The column one?
Right, the bar graph.
No, bar graph, we have not done any kind of Sparkline. Anirudh, you are getting confused, I guess. Let me take you through one by one. Which one you are having a confusion?
I'm talking about the situation 2.
Situation 2, okay.
Yeah.
So
this one.
Where is the confusion point in this?
No, I mean how to insert this.
Okay. So suppose this is what the data we have. Okay. I'm taking down again and I'm creating one more time. So this is my visual column. Okay. Now I need to select this and I'll go for insert. In the Sparkline categories, there is a column option is available, able to see.
Yeah.
Then I have to click that, and this is demanding. Where is the data? Data is in already selected.
Yes.
Then location is visual column, first cell.
Okay.
Then I need to click OK. And with this, I need to select the rest of the cells. And then you should not drag, you should select. Then home tab, merge and center.
Okay, got it, sir. But no, the mistake I was making was I was selecting both the category and USD and trying to put that.
That is what,
instead of selecting only the USD.
Only USD you have to select. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Got it, sir.
Fine.
That's all.
No problem. All right. So any other doubts or queries, people, from anybody? All right. So if there is no queries, shall we call it as a day? Yeah. So as usual, you'll be getting the recordings in another 1 hour time max, but the recording will be available by 8 or 8:30 because the link will get updated and the video will be converted. All those things are there. So it will take time maximum by 8 o'clock. You can watch them. Fine then. So with this, I rest my session. Okay. See you again on next week, Saturday. So please be ready, all with your queries and practice well. As I told you, without practice, the entire investment of your time and money will be waste. All right. So stay safe. Take care, people. Yeah. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you.
Welcome.